the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders.
That's assault, that's assault, break that up, pop that chair, that's assault, that's assault, break that up, pop that chair. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault, that's assault, it is, you cannot touch me like that. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Break that up, these people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault, we have video of her just touching. How did that go? I will, excuse me. Excuse me, break that up. That's assault. You cannot touch me like that. Break that up. Break that up. Oh, I will be telling you. Break that up. That's assault. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. We have video of her just. These people are going to eject you from this line. How did that show? I will be assault. It is incredibly appropriate. I will. You cannot touch me like that. That's assault. Break that up. Flop that chair here. You cannot touch me like that. It is incredible. That's assault. Break that up. That's assault. Break that up. Flop that chair. Flop that chair. Flop that chair. These people are going to eject you from this line. Break that up. That's assault. Break that up. Break that up. Oh, I will. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Flop that chair here. That's assault. Break that up. That's assault. Break that up. Flop that chair here. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. That's assault. It is. You cannot touch me like that. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Break that up. These people are going to eject you from this line. That's assault. We have video of her just touching. How did that go? I will be. Excuse me. Excuse me. Break that up. That's assault. Flop that chair. You cannot touch me like that. Break that up. Break that. Oh, I will be telling you. Break that up. That's assault. That's assault. Flop that. Break that. That's assault. Flop that chair here. We have video of her just. These people are going to eject you from this line. How did that show? I will be assault. It is incredibly appropriate. I will. You cannot touch me like that. That's assault. Break that. Flop that chair here. You cannot touch me like that. It is incredible. That's assault. Break that. That's assault. Break that. Flop that chair. Flop that chair. These people are going to eject you from this line. Break that up. That's assault. Break that. Break that up. Oh, I will. That's assault. Oh, I will. That's assault. Oh, I will. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you exactly what happened. Flop that chair here. That's assault. Break that up. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. Oh, I will be telling you. That's assault. Oh, I will. That's assault. And the other two.
Hello, everyone. Before we get into our sillies, I thought, what a good idea it would be maybe to impart a little philosophical wisdom upon you. See, this is an old book, which means it's full of smart things. And since we've been watching a bunch of dumb shit, a bunch of people fucking around with their thumbs up their assholes, a bunch of people dicking around with our freedoms, okay? Figured, hey, you know what? Maybe we'll do some sillies before we get into some Actually, I think pretty smart gabagool. I don't know if anyone's done this, what we're going to attempt today, but we're going to fucking try. All right. Because I'm feeling a little saucy, a little sassy, and a little bit assy. All right. I don't like what I saw today. I don't like Judge Cannone, the way she talked to the dogs, the crew, the boys, the squad. I don't like the way she cut her eyes a little bit at Miss Little. I don't like the way all this shit's been going down. I think Judge Cannone is like, we can't, and the answer is we won't. And I find her to be reprehensible. So what better thing could we do than remember the Zen writings of our master overlords? And by that, I mean a man named Jack Handey, who I think is the smartest of all the philosophers. These are some deep thoughts I'd like to read to you today to kind of help soothe your buttholes, because I know that they've been clenched very tightly. Your buttholes have been clenched tighter than a night in county. And I know that you need to relax a little bit. AJ's had it with her. I've had it with her. The banks keep getting better. Thank you very much. They are disheveled because I was busy saving lives like Darlene last night. Baby bunnies. I regret to inform you all that one of the baby bunnies did pass, the one that Mookie's had in its mouth. It held in there as long as it could. The wildlife rescuer literally said, "This one's fucked. I put it in a napkin," and then she walked off. But so bless her for trying. It was wiggling when I gave it to him, but there you go. So with that said, the other two bunnies made it. We do think that Mookie's did ingest an entire bunny. In fact, the wildlife rescue lady said, the evidence points to him eating a fourth victim. And I was like, ma'am, don't fucking talk to me like that. Like, he's, first of all, how dare you? Second of all, what are you going to get a warrant? Because no. Yeah, and Mookie's was not the mother to the bunny. At first he came and he brought a babe. It was this big, this little peanut. It was so sweet and precious. It did have some injuries to the abdominal area and behind its bum, but it was very, very, very tiny. Say his name and he appeared. I apologize. I believe in the Hoogan. So anyway, he did pick it up to show it to me and be like, Mom, look, I fucking brought you a toy. It's a bunny. And I went, oh no. And then my neighbor Paula said, I think he had another one in his mouth earlier. She said that it looked like a slug. But we rejected that. We said, hey, you know what? He's not a murderer. Let's not accuse him. Okay. So when they say anyone can be Karen Reed, they fucking meant it, because I had a bitch from the wildlife rescue accusing Mookie's of murder, accusing the Hoogan of ingesting an entire bunny and then bringing me the second. She said, we have reason to believe there were 4. I was like, bitch, don't, what? She said, the evidence points to, I was like, ma'am, harsh language. It is very sad, Satan. It is very sad. I blame you, but also, and God, but also, what did we name it? We named it, I don't remember. Anyway, the circle of life. So then there's the other 2 bunnies. They live. They're fat as shit. They're happy. They're in their little nest. The point is, let's go ahead and I wanted to give you an update on the bunnies for those of you who were curious. So the first one didn't make it. RIP to that one. Because Hoogan ate it. It's inside of him. God. Hoogan. He really, anyway, don't worry. It's going to be funny. I know you don't want to look at his fucking face, but he does kind of look like a Roblox character. So think about that. Here, I want to read this while you stare at that weirdo. All right. Instead of a seeing eye dog, what about a gun? It's cheaper than a dog. Plus, if you walk around shooting all the time, people are going to get out of the way. Cars too. It's pretty good. All right. I just thought these are a bit inspirational. When I was a child, there were times when we had to entertain ourselves. And usually the best way to do that was to turn on TV. The first thing was I learned to forgive myself. Then I told myself, go ahead and do whatever you want. It's okay by me. That was fun, wasn't it? Here's another. Consider the daffodil. And while you're doing that, I'll be over here looking through your stuff. That was good. That was fun. If I was the head of a country that lost a war and I had to sign a peace treaty, just as I was signing, I'd glance over the treaty and then suddenly act surprised. Wait a minute, I thought we won, I'd say. This is good. See, we're all getting better, okay? Instead of putting a quarter under a kid's pillow, how about a pine cone? That way he learns that wishing isn't going to save our national forests. That's good. That's fun. All right, maybe one more. Okay, somebody told me how frightening it was, how much topsoil we are losing each year, but I told that story around the campfire and nobody got scared. There you go. With that said, it's going to be okay. I have a lot of thoughts on today, but first, let's do some sillies, okay? I know you hate looking at his disgusting fat face, but don't worry, it'll be funny in a minute, okay? Here, check this out.
Searches were the next day, February 4th, and then February 10th.
The next time I was at Fairview Road and involved in a collection of evidence was on the 4th, when Can PD documented their one piece, and I collected.
It's easy to remember because may the 4th be with you.
Give me my money in stacks and lace my with dime figures. Real fingers on nickel plated non-trick.
Clocks are different. There's a clock in a Lexus that runs on a different time than that of an iPhone.
He's sick of the Swiss. That's right.
There are variances between those clocks.
Really sick of the Swiss.
So the Lexus clock could be at a variance with an iPhone.
But they've never done anything wrong, you say. What about the clock? Huh? If they hadn't invented the clock, I'd still be in bed, dreaming.
But the events still could happen at the same time, given the clocks at different times.
It's time. It's time. It's time to hate the Swiss.
That sentence says a lot. It said a lot to me.
It does not say he has access to or control over the jurors.
It says that
and
he has...
I'm just going to stop you. I'll let you finish in a minute.
Miss Reed calls her father and her mother a little after 1 o'clock on the night she struck and killed John O'Keefe. She called both of them, and those calls were unanswered, according to the phone records. The inference that a 40-something-year-old woman is calling her parents at 1:30 in the morning after this tumultuous event, the inference is strong evidence that Miss Reed knew she had done something terrible.
And they come to you because they need help. And when you tell them, I'm going to treat you like a family member, you treat them like a family member. And if my brother is going to call me at 2 o'clock on a Friday night, I'm going to take the call. And James Bulger is no different than any other client that Jay and I had ever represented, and no different than a family member once you represent him.
Let me tell you something, Johnny Bananas. Okay, you amphibian reptile mother.
9-year-old Tokyo pimp Brian Albert Jr. is back with an all-new hotspot that answers the question.
Well?
This place, the Waterfall Bar and Grill, has everything. Geeks, Sherpas, a Jamaican nurse wearing a shower cap.
Bukkake?
PB and jelly sandwiches.
Sneezing.
Energy forces.
A Russian man on a prepaid cell phone. Guys with afros. And look over there in the corner. Is that Mick Jagger? An albino that looks like Susan Powder. Germs. Germs? German Smurfs. Of course. And just when you think the fun is over, knock, knock, who's there? It's Black George Washington. And anyone can get in. There's no password. At the door, just do the Cosby face.
The Cosby face?
Yeah. If you want fun, then listen to this. Nightlife designer Tranny Griffith is back with an all-new club that answers the question.
This is funny, Ms. Reed?
And inside it's just sick. Ice sculptures, winos, you'll see twinks, gypsies, puppets in disguise, a Teddy Ruxpin wearing mascara, human squatty potties, It's that thing of when you sit on the toilet. Giant 300-pound baby, and he spins records with his little ravioli hands. Based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
Okay, I want to pause it right here. Okay? Because I want to hop in and I just want to say, based on the novel Pushed by Sapphire is funny no matter what you put it in. I could put it in literally any of the Stefan bits, okay? And the second he says, in reference to the Karen Reed case, based on the novel Pushed by Sapphire, I fucking lose my shit. If you don't appreciate that, you just don't know humor. That shit is crazy. I couldn't believe he said that in a sketch on SNL. And I laughed so fucking hard. And I swear to God, this was the hardest decision I had to make throughout the last year. Honestly, I knew what to do when things were flooding, freak out, right? I knew what to do when Hugin ate the bunny, sing the circle of life and dance around like I'm in Lion King. I know what to do in most situations. But like when it comes down to putting that one clip based on the novel Pushed by Sapphire into any one of the Karen Reed skits or videos or shorts, if you will, that was a tough call right there. And I hope I did it justice. But I feel like the Meatball Morrissey ravioli reference got heavily overlooked, and I'm mad about it. I'm going to be honest. I wish people would have recognized that. Like, he is a literal meatball, and he has tiny ravioli hands. No one said shit about that on Twitter. Where was everyone? Listen, okay. The financier. Okay, if any of you motherfuckers go to jail, I'll be there to bail you out. But I will never forget. This is my personal 9/11 that nobody noticed the ravioli meatball hands. Nobody. I know Dawn did because she loves Italian food. Julie, you like that? Good. Excellent. I'm going back. I feel like this one was better than the first one, and I don't know why the first one got more traction. Yeah, and raviolis are delicious, and you can eat them right out of the can cold. What's up, Sherlock? Oh, hello, Andrea. Hello, kids. I've been sleeping all day, kind of cold at the Demon Club. Wait, everybody got... Hold on a second. Both you bitches got sick at the Demon Club? Maybe it's because you were scooting your asses on the floor like your mookies on a Tuesday. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. You're grounded, though, for being sick, but I love you. Hey, listen. You're too smart for me, Wendy, okay? All of you are. You like it? You like it? Well, guess what? It's gone. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'll just play this now. I just want to point out he's a meatball man with ravioli hands, and that's going to be the next song and shirt.
If you want fun, then listen to this. Nightlife designer Tranny Griffith is back with an all-new club that answers the question.
This is funny, Ms. Reed?
And inside it's just sick. Ice sculptures, winos, you'll see twinks, gypsies, puppets in disguise, a Teddy Ruxpin wearing mascara, human squatty potties. It's that thing of when you sit on the toilet. Giant 300-pound baby, and he spins records with his little ravioli hands. Based on the novel Push by Sapphire. If that's not enough for you, you can hit the dance floor with a human fanny pack. Inspired by true events. If you're well-to-do and you just gotta hunt humans. No. If you're looking to just get murdered. If you're drunk and doing cheap coke off your laundry card. If you're Irish or just white and violent. I know just the place.
Look, this one is too on the nose almost. I feel like people thought this was just too serious and mean. But this is the most I can't believe I could find these clips from Stefan because they literally apply to the McAlberts 100%. I'm starting it over. White and violent.
Inspired.
Yes, dude. On coke, drunk, white, violent. If you just want to get up straight up fucking murdered, go to this house. Like, are you kidding me? It was fate. You like it? It's literally like Arrested Development on par. Like Stefan and Arrested Development line up perfectly. They line up fucking perfectly. It is wild. White and Violet like McSweeney. Dude. What? He got yelled at? Fuck, dude. Yeah, I want to see him get yelled at. Send me a link, turd. Send me Plum, awesome, Mitty. Hell yes, we got Plum. We got Clam. We got Mitty. We got Baby Boysenberry. We got everybody in the house. We got Miss Jessica. We got Toombs. We got everybody. Listen, White and Violent there's no better way to describe the McAlberts.
Inspired by true events. If you're well-to-do and you just gotta hunt humans. No. If you're looking to just get murdered. If you're drunk and handsome, doing cheap coke off your laundry card. If you're Irish or just white and violent, I know just the place for you. Built in the upside-down world, the Spy Curious Beach Party is the creation of Brian Albert Jr. This place has everything. Charts, graphs, PowerPoint. A guy who still thinks Jamba Juice is good for you.
My God.
I want to shift gears for a second, Sergeant Buchanan, and ask you about some of the physical evidence in the case.
Bruh.
That was legitness.
What's he wearing, dude? What is he wearing?
Okay, so we are going to watch a little. We got to see some Frederickson and Marcus because it's been one of those days. Okay, it's just one of those days when you just want to see Frederickson in a little outfit. Hell yeah, hell yeah. You like that one, the White and Violet? I mean, it's so fucking crazy, dude. It's so crazy, dude. I did see it, but I was driving to get tacos. And so when I got back in the car, I had paused it for a while. And then when I got in the car, it went to live. So I missed it. But then I saw in chat, somebody was like, yo, fuck Oblivious Benson. She's a fucking bitch and a bully and she's not funny. And I was like, oh, Melanie must have talked about me. And so then I went back a little and she did. And it was very nice of her. And I love her. She's the best. Also, yeah, I was watching her chat because I was like, I like the pausing and explaining. And I was confused about the jury slips too. And then she inspired me because I got home and I did something. Actually, thank you again, Melanie, because she did inspire me for today. I came home. I spent 7 hours or 6 hours. How long has it been? I think 6 hours. Whatever. Since lunch, I have been digging up every public verdict slip and form that I could find literally in the country that had to do with criminal cases. I tried to focus on cases where you could actually see the form and it wasn't like explained or like noted or somebody like reporting it. I wanted to see the physical form. So I ended up just going with any fucking form that I could find because it's kind of hard to find jury slips in some states. There's a lot of descriptions or a lot of like a lot of newspapers will go, this is what the form looked like. And then they have to draw it for some reason. And then a lot of them don't print it after the trial's over because there's no point. So they don't even FOIA it. So I did actually FOIA some a while back. I got 2 in and then I found a bunch online. And so I gathered the best ones because, and let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you, and you can fight me on this. You can fight me in a parking lot. We'll drink LaCroix. We'll pound them on our head, and we'll just fucking go to town wailing on each other, dude. Because I fucking stand by this. If you can find me any verdict slip that looks like the ones for Karen Reed's trial, I fucking dare you, dude. I double dog dare you. I'll eat a baby bunny. No, I'm just kidding. I apologize. And that was a horrible callback. I will, I'll talk trash about my own family. I'll do something. I don't know. I'll eat a bug. Do you want me? Like, you can't find any. You fucking can't find any that look remotely close to Cannone's. In fact, in her past trials, I couldn't find shit for verdict slips. And I thought that was kind of weird. And like, you have to request them. So then I went and requested them, and it's going to be a while for them to get here, if they get here. But bet your sweet ass. And I ordered Mark Kerrigan's. I ordered a few of them. Anybody Hank represented. And let me tell you something, dude. She might have just made all that shit up. Okay? And here's what I'm going to do. I figured the best that we could do today is we could look at them and we could compare. So you could see all the differences. And I picked some recent ones and some real high profile ones. So I want you to see what real jury slips look like. And by real, I mean like the right ones, the way it's supposed to be. And I found it really funny that she said, not her exact words, I'm going to be fair, but I believe she said something, and please correct me if I'm out of pocket here, but I do believe she said something along the lines of she's never seen any jury slip forms that are the other way. And she even tried to get Yannetti to agree with her, and he was like, nah, dude, nah. He did a Marcus, nah. Like, no, dude. Like, she straight up said, this is the only way I fucking know, basically. This is all I fucking know. This is what I was born into. I don't know any other way. It's a cycle of abuse. I gotta make a weird verdict slip. Like, it makes no fucking sense. So I was like, let's look at all the other verdict slips that exist in public forums on the internet that I can FOIA, and let's just see if she's bullshitting. Like, maybe Beverly is right, and she's not full of 10-day-old tampon blood. Like, I don't fucking know. Maybe she's not fentanyled out. I don't fucking know. But like, and thank you, Carrie. And the reason I put Clippy in is because, you know, we were in the Bloods together. No, I'm just we go way back, me and Clippy. Because even if you run an old jury slip through old ass shit with Clippy on it, which I have on my old ass fucking computer from like 2012, yeah, you can absolutely see Clippy say shit like, you stupid bitch, did you forget to put, like, when you're doing the prompts, because you can actually do tutorials and like templates for creating your own jury slips, and you can do templates that are provided, and Clippy will like walk you through. If you try to delete something, he'll be like, you stupid bitch, you fucked up, put that back. So then it's like, oh wow, well, Clippy knows. Like Clippy knows. So how does Cannone not know? It makes no fucking sense. Hold on, I saw. But I know where you're going. You're talking about her exchange. No, she had 2 exchanges with Yannetti, and in both exchanges, it was pretty much the same thing. She's like, back me up on this. He's like, nah. One of them had to do with something totally different. When they were talking about it might have been the first trial, actually. If you mean round 1, like trial 1, you might be right on that. I think that could be that. But I remember her being like, she was just like, this is how they look. This is how they look. It was something to that. It was like you know how today she was like, yeah, okay, noted, but I'm going to do it this way. And it was like very condescending. It was like that. She's like, yeah, okay. Like, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Like, you're not going to change that shit. He kept asking and asking. She's like, no, we're not. This is how I know. This is how I know. This is how it is. It's not the other way. It's like this. Yeah, I think it was trial 1. And I think you're right, because I would have remembered that if it was more recent, but it was definitely trial 1 now, I think. Yeah, it was, right? Because he's like, are you sure, bitch? I think it should be. And he stands up and he says something like, yeah, dude, I've never seen shit like that. We always have not guilty. And she's like, okay, sit the fuck down. Like, it was crazy. Yeah, there it is. I'm a Massachusetts lawyer and I've never seen a slip like that. That's what he said. So even with all that said, and thank you, Algorithm Leaks. Yes, that is exactly what he said. That rings a bell. I remember her tone. I remember her tone and her vibe, but I don't remember exact words. So thank you her exact words. So thank you very, very much. And if I can't remember exact words, I'll always try to get one of you guys to tell me, because one of you kids fucking knows. But anyway, yeah, it was wild because she insinuates at least that, like, this is how we do it. And he's like, nah, dude, that's fucking weird. So no one backed her up. Yeah, well, I disagree. That was her response. Well, I disagree. That's the way we do it in Massachusetts, Mr. Jackson. Ugh. That's the shirt starring that. That's the way we do it in Massachusetts, Mr. Jackson. And then it's Beverly with like the SpongeBob mangled face, and one eye is real big and one's little. But the way she said it was so how we do it. It does roll off the tongue. It's see you next Tuesday, Bev. Yeah. Confusing the jurors is her fucking thing, dude. It's what Bev loves to do. She's like Templeton the rat dancing in trash. And that trash is of her making. If she would like, and I went back a little earlier and watched Alan's proposals for what we should do. And we'll talk about it a little bit later. But when Alan gives his proposals and he's like, well, maybe if we just fucking put not guilty underneath that, just put a not guilty option, you bitch. And she's like, nah. She's like, nah. She does, Marcus, nah. And he's like, well, why the fuck not? She's like, because I said so. That's what Bev is. Bev is the parent who just says, because I said so, but she says it to everything. And it leads to trauma when the youth gets older. And the youth is sitting, speaking to a youth counselor saying, my mother just says, because I said so, because I'm the adult, because I'm the mom. And I'm asking her for, you know, I tell her I'm having severe anxiety and depression and I'm having really dark thoughts. And she's like, don't talk to me about that. And I said, why? And she said, because I'm the mother. Like literally never explaining anything, just because I said so. And it's okay to be that kind of mom once in a while, but like eventually you're going to have to give your kid a reason or they're just not going to fucking trust you. And I feel like Bev treats us like children, like everyone, the general public. She treats the defendant like a child, like an insolent child. Is there something funny, Miss Reed? Like, bitch, chill. She may as well put Karen in the shackles because the way she's treating her in court as a judge, as a presiding judge, is embarrassing. She's talking down to her. It's pretty wild. And then when she turns to the jury, it's like that scene in the movie Waiting when the waitress is out there and she's like, oh, yeah, I'll get you some more bread. No problem, hon. Let me get. And then she turns around. She's like, fuck. Like, that's Bev. She's so mean to Karen. And she turns to the jury and she's like, anyway, hello, bitches. Like, it's fucking wild. I can't believe the way she was talking to Alan today. I mean, it's like, are you two gonna fuck already? Because this is just mean. She's throwing rocks at his head, like a lot. And he's like, I don't think she likes me. She's like, I like you. And she's like she's trying to, something's going on. Is she being this way to spend more time with them? Like, what is going on here? That's what I'm saying. She wants to hate fuck him or something. I don't know. It is fucking crazy. But anyway, we're going to look at a bunch of different jury slips today and compare them to Judge Cannone's. All right. This is Frederickson in a tiny cape. Bewitched.
Wearing, dude? What is he wearing? What is that?
He's ready to do a bike stunt.
You are not doing stunts. Are you serious?
Just let me in.
You can't drive.
Money.
I don't see the fucking problem.
No, ma'am. Chief
Oh
said no,
my
ma'am.
God.
Wait for the chief. Thank you.
All right, Frederickson. You better be careful. What the hell? I have no idea how the fuck he's doing that, dude. Who taught him witchcraft?
Watching it again because I'm willing to get into witch shit if Frederickson is into witch shit. And I'm willing to let Elvis, I'm willing to pretend he's good. As long as I can listen. If Frederickson likes witches and crystals in the moon, I guess I'm gonna have to make it work.
Wearing, dude? What is he wearing? What is that?
He's ready to do a bike stunt.
You are not doing stunts. Are you serious?
Just let me in.
You can't drive.
Money.
I don't see the fucking problem.
No, ma'am. Chief said
Oh
no,
my
ma'am.
God.
Wait for the chief. Thank you.
All right, Frederickson. You better be careful. What the hell? I have no idea how the fuck he's doing that, dude. Who taught him witchcraft?
The cult.
That was actually pretty sick.
Oh God. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Yeah, these guys are creeping me out. Oh, Frederickson. No, don't hit Frederickson. That's my little cousin. You want to meet him? He's really... Hey, Frederickson, don't you be throwing that stuff back. Marcus, don't get into a throwing fight with Frederickson. Marcus? Frederickson? Why are you hitting Wyatt? Frederickson, no, you're throwing shit at me. Look, that's my cousin. You guys haven't met each other. Isn't he cute? Isn't he?
Mean it.
I know. Here, I want you to meet Frederickson, okay? That's my little cousin, Frederickson. He's really sweet. Frederickson, be nice. That's your godfather.
Stupid, little, stupid, rotund, round, little bitch. Stupid head, got no hair. All round and stupid.
He's an alligator.
Tall looking.
Frederickson, put down the gun, all right? Guys?
My bad.
All right. Well, why don't you guys hug it out? What the hell was that? There's something in the garage. You almost hit it. Oh, Frederickson. No, don't hit Frederickson. That's my little cousin. You want to meet him? He's really... Hey, Frederickson, don't you be throwing that stuff back. Marcus, don't get into a throwing fight with Frederickson. Marcus? Frederickson? Why are you hitting Wyatt? Frederickson, no, you're throwing shit at me. Look, that's my cousin. You guys haven't met each other. Isn't he cute? Isn't he?
Mean it.
I know. Here, I want you to meet Frederickson, okay? That's my little cousin, Frederickson. He's really sweet. Frederickson, be nice. That's your godfather.
Stupid, little, stupid, rotund, round, little bitch. Stupid head, got no hair. All round and stupid.
He's an alligator.
Tall looking.
Frederickson, put down the gun, all right? Guys?
My bad.
All right. Well, why don't you guys hug it out? Okay, that's my little cousin, Frederickson. He's really sweet. Frederickson, be nice. That's your godfather.
Stupid, little, stupid, rotund, round, little bitch. Stupid head, got no hair. All round and stupid.
He's an alligator.
Tall looking.
Frederickson, put down the gun, all right? Guys?
My bad.
All right. Well, why don't you guys hug it out? Well, no, not me and you. No, not me and you guys. You two with each other. Thanks, guys.
Okay. So that's fun. All right. So I went ahead and popped this in here just so we could see first. All right. First, let's see what happened today. Let's just see what happened a little bit. I'm just going to go forward. You guys probably already seen it. There's probably people who already edited it all together, but it's not a lot, so it's going to be easy to scroll through. There was 2 hours and 6 minutes of OnlyFan, much like Frederickson, doing his dances. We were mesmerized for a while, but then eventually OnlyFan got tired. And then Beverly had to come take over. And Beverly hates working. She's so pissed off that she can't just sit in her judge robe and think about, wow, her shirt's really short. I'm going to give her prison. Wow, why did that guy smile at me weird? I'm going to put him in prison. Wow, I don't like her hair. Prison, jail, everyone, jail. Like, she's just in her head going through a list of what she hates about everyone. That's what I think Beverly thinks about. I also think that she has like old Coors Light commercials going through her head all the time, and I don't know why I think that. Anyway, we got Anna Delvey's back. She's in the middle here to steal your hearts. We got that lady with the fleshlight that likes to sniff her own pits. She's there. And then we got Big Jim. Now, I lovingly like to call them Big Jim and the twins. Only because it reminds me of a Dick and Balls. However, for today, we will call them by their street names, which is Bored Anna Delvey, Fleshlight Kool-Aid Mouth, and Fuckface Jim. Okay? Or Jimbo James. We can call him Jimbo James. Beverly has Dilbert hair as usual. She chose to put on red lipstick, and I believe that kicks in after lunch, which tells me she had some sort of creamy dish for lunch. There had to be something going on there. Maybe she ate crab. Something moist. Something where sauce dripped on her and caused her to have to wipe her mouth. And she recognized her Kool-Aid mouth. She probably saw her mustache. She probably pulled out one of those $10 fucking buzzy things that comes from it's like as seen on TV, or mustache. And then she put the lipstick on and she said, "You're not a stupid fucking idiot, Bev. People like you." And then she punched the mirror too hard and her hands started bleeding. And she's like, "What am I going to do?" I'm so sorry. I'm trailing off. Anyway, Bev had a fun lunch. Okay. That's what happened. She had a fun lunch. She definitely, oh, sure. I agree. Sure. Yep. Everybody. Yep. She is the C word. She's a C unit. She's a cunt. In my opinion, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, she's kind of a cunt. Okay. So, kind of a cunt cannoli. She's here. She's doing her thing. Showing off a cunt. She's got her red lippies on. She's like, if I'm going to get lippy, I may as well put them red. Okay. She drank some vino. She had to hide it. That is good. She had canned wine. She's the type who actually comes to work with a Diet Coke that does have boxed wine in it. Okay. You're all set. You're all set. I told you that was on my list of I hate it when people say that. I'm all set. It's like there's no polite way to say that. Say I'm all set to anyone about anything, and it sounds rude and cunty. That's why people stop saying it. And if someone tells you that, they don't like you and you shouldn't like them. Okay? Because I'm all set. It's like, boy, why don't you just shoot me in the fucking face with your passive aggression? It's fucking wild. It's fucking wild. Yeah, if your family's scared of you, then you have been paying attention to this trial. Absolutely. She's white wining her Yeti because she's racist. I agree. His cabal, his cable, is it cabal or cable? It doesn't matter. He's got a group. He's got a squad type of bitch that kickstarts a vibrator and rolls her own tampons. Wow. She rolls her tampons in the cigarette rolling machine, and that's what pisses Frank off, and that's why their marriage, it's been rough. Okay, they sleep in separate beds. Anyway, the point, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, she play slap the bag. Her and Jen slap the bag together, okay? And if you think they don't, you're not paying attention. She's got a Franzia tattoo on her tramp stamp area, okay? A Franzia tattoo. I'm spreading that rumor. She's a fucked up kind of legend. She's like Biff in the time travel movie. She's Biff. It's like you remember that character, but they're a dick, and every time you see that actor, you're gonna think about what a dick they are. I'm talking about the person of the year. Lots of people were persons of the year. I don't care about the people of the year, though. I care about the people of today. That's a good. Someone needs to run for something and say that. Can Mike go back on the select board? We should bring the select board back. We're gonna follow that train. We'll keep going down it. Anyway, this is what happened. This is what, and somebody said that they saw Beverly at a CVS. Someone in here saw her. Their experience sounded lovely. Wouldn't it be funny if she leaves the CVS and she's like, yeah, I'm just going to go get a joint and go I'm going to go chill and watch The Big Lebowski on the cake. What if she's just a chill dude, chill mom dude? She's just hilarious. She throws great dinner parties. It turns out she actually doesn't hate anyone. She's like, no, this is just how I am. What if Beverly tells you she's a self-diagnosed autistic? Then is it okay the way she behaves? If I've learned anything from this past year, I've learned that apparently that's something you can do. What if she does that? Are we going to be okay with it? If she's just listen, I'm a little tismed, so people think I'm a cunt. But it turns out, they're all psychos and they're all narcissists, and I'm just a little autistic. Like, what if she says that? Is it fine then? These are questions we need to ask ourselves. Nah. It just says, nah. Okay. Before we listen to her, and maybe in between, we'll do some light palette cleansers. Okay. Some more Jack Candy. A funny thing is, if you're out hiking and your friend gets bitten by a poisonous snake, tell him you're going for help. Then go about 10 feet and pretend you got bit by a snake. Then start an argument about who's going to get help. A lot of guys will start crying. That's why it makes sense. You feel good when you tell them it was just a joke. It's great shit. All right, here we go.
Please be seated. Court is in session.
Excuse me. I was just informed that somebody he's just.
So, counsel, why don't you come on up? Charge.
I know I'm muted, you guys. I'm not saying anything. I'm just watching. I'm trying to read lips right now. Okay. You can't hear shit because they ain't saying shit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Listen. Here we go. Now she turned it on.
Counsel, what I'd like to do is I'm just going to read the.
Listen, I wasn't muted. I'm just not saying it. I'm trying to read lips. I'm trying to do you guys service. Do you guys know how to read? Hey, you know what? That's a good idea. Hey, y'all know how to read lips out here? Who knows how to read lips? Don't laugh at me. I'm going to try to count cards. I'm going to try to read lips. Okay. Okay. Listen, I'm not good at ambiance. You want some mood music? I'm going to put on ass and titties. Ass. Fine. You know what? Hey, you know what? Hey, wait a minute. You don't get to tell me what to do. Hold on a second. I just remembered something. I forgot to get rid of you kids' attitude today.
It's time to remove my chihuahua's demon. This time is going to work. Juan Calamera, azúcar, Hanta Tiki tracatú. A la víbora de la mar, por aquí pueden pasar. Los de adelante corren mucho y los de atrás se quedarán.
You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm so pissed at how funny that is. Fuck you, Erica. That's really funny, you bitch. How dare you? You know what? That's my bad. I did a personality change. I know. It just happened in the middle. I was like, dude, I could pull this off. I could just sit here and try to read lips. I don't know what the fuck she said. Okay. But I watch a lot of these TikToks of this one lady who's like, she's got her little thing and she's just like, oh, are you good? I'm good. And then I'm looking at her and I'm like, oh, that's totally what they're saying. Yeah, I could see that. But then when I try to do it, it just doesn't happen. It's like, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. Let's try to see if we can lip read. It's like people believe they can remote fucking view. I can't think I can lip read. You guys think the moon tells you when your fucking period is, okay? And then you read shit that's like, oh, you're gonna find love and it's gonna be weird and money's gonna happen if you really think about it. Like, and you're like, it's because I'm a fucking Taurus. And it's like, you could believe all that bullshit, all that religion, God, you could believe that, and I can't fucking believe that I can lip read. Okay. Funny how that works. Now I'm gonna learn to lip read just to spite you bitches. Okay, let's see if we can lip read together. Someone in here has the plugs on lip reading. But that chick's deaf? No, she's not. Wait, is she? No, she's not deaf. It's the one with the curly hair. I don't think she's deaf. She's like, like she just talks all like she doesn't have a cochlear implant. It doesn't say she's deaf. It just says professional lip reader. I'm just a professional lip reader. You can pick out a word here and there. Well, maybe if each of us pick a word, like one of you pick the first. No, that's gonna take too long. You're clairvoyant. See, Jessica can believe that bullshit, and I can't fucking believe she's not deaf. She's talking and she has earbuds in. Like she's got Apple earbuds. Are we thinking of the same bitch? Because I'm pretty sure if you were deaf and you had Apple earbuds in and you were just like, anyway, blah, 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 just talking all like casual. Like, I don't know. She did. I'm going to look it up. Deaf, bro. Don't you dare. Well, I don't think she is deaf, and I think she can read lips. Deaf girl reads it. I don't look. It's not deaf. You know what? I just posted a video. You won't believe it. Is it called not deaf bitch fucks up and can't read lips? And is it about me? And is it my epic meltdown that I'm having right now? Are you about to put me on blast? I think you legally have to tell me if you are. And then I will use an AI to draft a cease and desist, and then I will threaten you on your voicemail. You two bad actors. What happened? Did Gray run somebody over? Yeah, no, I know it's about Gray. Come on. What the fuck? What else would it be about? I expect that from you. That like you are Gray's like you're Gray's internal dialogue going, why do you fucking fuck up all the time? Why are you so mean to everybody? Why are you fucking mean? That wasn't true what you said there. Stop harassing Shirley. Stop harassing Shirley. Like you're trying to guide him by showing him a mirror. Like, hey, look, asshole, this is how you look. And he's just like, I love the way I look. Oh, shit. Oh, of course. So he's going to make fun of another victim's family or best friend while also making money off of them? Cool. Cool. Okay. I kind of expect that. We'll look it up. We will watch it. Is it up now? Did you put it up already? I'm still fucking hot from Ergo over there fucking burning the shit out of me, dude. That was sick. She was like, we're not used to you being mute. It was so good. That's such a Jimmy Carr response. Bitch, that was so funny. He actually says, what are you, burying them in a Tesla or something? So fucking what if I am, Gray? Gray will never be buried in a Tesla. He will never be buried. They won't even Turo his ass a Tesla because he'll fucking make it smell like bug juice. I want to watch too. Okay, first let's watch this. I'm going to try to read these lips. I'm not giving up. I will never give up.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented.
I can't fucking do it. I can't do the little ding ding ding. I need to get more. It only I accidentally deleted all the songs on this. We're not even gonna try to relive. So let's just get to Cannone.
I'm just going to read the questions to you now. So please take your seats. So I'm going to read the questions. I'm going to have them marked. Then I will take a short recess, let you all talk about it, and then come back.
Thank you.
So, all right. So I received 3 questions from the jury. The first one is, they appeared on note cards, so that I don't know what order they came in, but this is the order I got them. This is the order I'm going to read them. What is the time frame for the OUI charge? Offense 002, Section 5, OUI at 12:45 or OUI at 5 a.m.? The second, are video clips of Karen's interviews evidence? How can we consider them? And the third, does convicting guilty on a subcharge, example offense 2 number 5, convict the overall charge? So
Dude, yeah, AJ had a Tiger King moment when Tiger King is like, I literally will never financially recover from this or whatever. Like that was his moment where he's like, I literally cannot do this again. That was a moment where like a hairdresser has had it because a bitch fried her tips for the 5th time that week. Like this is so much. God damn, Laura is coming in hot today, you guys. I've never seen her like this. She is literally in this chat. I've counted a couple of I hate hers, I fucking hate hers. Like hate her. She said the words hate. A Jewish Puerto Rican said, I hate you to a judge. That's rare. Also, the amount of cunts being slung around, not even in code, just straight up cunt, is fucking wild. Also, are you a bitch? Why are you such a bitch? Can you stop being a bitch? That's a shirt. Laura's come up with 2 shirt slogans today. And she's been kicking it at the Lori Vallow trial. And I haven't even heard her say that type of shit about Lori Vallow. Think that shit about Cannone. That's, you know what, Laura? I believe you. I believe you do not like this woman. I believe that if it were up to you, you probably wouldn't hang out with Bev. I don't think you guys would go to the movies. I don't think you guys would like share a charcuterie. I don't think you'd fold bologna together. I think you could handle Lori for a few minutes. You just fuck with her, talk a little shit, probably ask some questions. But with Cannone, I'm worried you would lunge. I'm worried you'd go full fucking Las Vegas. You just fucking charge her ass. Like, I think you need to stay out of Massachusetts, dude. Laura, you are not going to do well in Massachusetts. Don't ever go there. Don't ever go there. Hello, Jeff. Hello, baby boys and Barry. You're very funny. You guys are making me laugh. Don't try my patience today, Mia. Bev's a bench shot. Yeah, a lot of Hitlery kind of like a lot of Hitlery, Nazi, like fucking cunt, like all the worst things you could call someone. People have called Bev today in every chat. I think even Melody let out a few that made me gasp and hit the brakes a little bit. I almost hit people. In all seriousness, she is very unlikable, yet I feel a strange attachment to her. Kind of like how, like, yeah, she's a racist, a lot of that. Yep. Kind of like how you have like that one family member that like they treat you like trash, but you're like, I just want you to love me. Like, fuck, dude, Bev is a hard nut to crack. She really is. Nothing gets bad. I wonder what makes her cry. You ever think about that? You ever think about what makes Bev go, oh, racist? Yeah, I guess someone said she was a racist. Do you think she sees like racism going on and goes, oh, like what makes her? What do you think Bev likes to do for fun? You know how people go, I like to have fun. I think she writes that shit. I think she writes that shit on things. Like when when she's filling out a survey, it's like, what do you like to do? I like to have fun. I think that she's the type of person, really dirty looks while people watch. Dude, she did a point of black man with dreadlocks on the foreman. That was unexpected. Okay. Bev was not born like a normal human. She was contrived. I could believe she was born or conceived in a legion hall. I could believe that. Or a lesion hall, something just full of sores. You'd see that. I will check the email, Amber. I would love to see is he talking about wrestling? Because I want that. I want to see his thoughts. I want to know. I'm still like the John Cena heel turn. Like, is Bev John Cena? Can we even see her? Or do we see right through her? Ruin lives. Is she the Babadook, dude? Is she Bane? Do you think she's the Babadook? If she was a wrestler, who would she be? I mean, she's not even good enough to be Jinder Mahal at his peak, dude. I had a hard time with that, trying to pick out what wrestler. Part of me wants to say Goldberg just because I can't stand his reign so much, but so many people like him, I just can't do that. I mean, I guess Benoit, dude. Benoitio. I don't know where that came from. All right, anyway, let's watch Bev. Oh my God, Bella's mom. You're a mother. Get a haircut. Oh, you guys don't. Oh my God, dude. You guys are fucking lancing her like a bad cyst. Amber. I don't know whether to ground you or be proud of you. All of you are saying such hateful things, but they're very funny. Very creative. Very creative. Mud puddle adjacent? Oh my God, dude. Gold Dust, Wendy? You talking about Dustin? No. Dustin Runnels? She can't be Dustin Runnels. He's great. I've actually hung out with that guy. He's very nice. Charlie on Sunny? Oh, shit. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. When Charlie's an abortion, he didn't take. He lived through it. He's my little lucky guy. The dude, his mom is so crazy on that. Her split ends were inspired by Dever. Oh, fuck. Dr. Pimple Popper called. She wants her pus back. Dude, you think she's got pus tits? Okay, I'm sorry. All right, here we go. The baby from that show, The Baby? Dude. You think that Bev, like... Do you think that Bev, like... Go, like... She pees on the toilet seat and then doesn't clean it? I think she's a hoverer, dude. Ravioli hands. We'll watch that again later. Dude, I love pimple popping videos. No, it's not screwed. It's fixed, dude. It's fixed. Yeah, we have very bad potty mouths here, Jeff. Jeffany, listen. We say a lot of bad words over here, okay? Bad words, because we're bad. We're bad. We like to have fun and we're bad. So, you're gonna hear a couple of fucks, some shits, a couple of bitches. Once in a while, I might call a woman a hoss or a dude. And I might call a dude something like ending in Annie or something. I might just call you babe, little pretty lady. I might shake up your genders. I might gum snap at you. I might toss you on the air and just dip, see what you have to say. I might welcome your intrusive thoughts. Okay, I might do a bad. We do bad-bads here. Okay? Lots of bad-bads. We don't judge. But if you creep us out, we will leave you at the Grand Canyon. And we're getting robes and tattoos. Because you're in a cult now. Bev has overprocessed her hair. Is so mean. So mean. Okay.
I will give you some time to consult. I think the first one, I'll hear from you as to what the time frame is, and I don't need to hear from you now. That's pretty clear cut what they're looking for. The second one are video clips of Karen's interviews evidence. How can we consider them? Well, we know they are evidence and they can give them whatever weight they want. I would also be inclined to give a humane practice instruction, and tell me if you want the digital evidence instruction. It's a little awkward because it would be something like, before you consider any electronic communication in your deliberations, you must first find that it is more likely true than not that the person who appeared in the communication was in fact Karen Reed. So think about that when I come back out. But I think it's appropriate to give a humane practice instruction, and also tell me what you think about what to say about the weight. The third question is a little bit more, I think, unclear as to exactly what they're looking for. Does convicting guilty on a subcharge, example offense 2, number 5, convict the overall charge? What I'm proposing, I gave you both a verdict slip where I included the language. I know yesterday I said they have to be read hand in hand, the jury instructions with the verdict slip. I've incorporated the language from the jury instruction into the verdict slip. I've given each side a copy. When I come out, I'd like your input on whether you think this is appropriate. I would instruct them, as I did before, that they start at the top and work their way down. That's the only thing I did not specifically put in here, but I think it takes it step by step, an analysis to do it. So how much time does the defense want to be able to respond to me?
Perhaps 15 minutes.
Okay. And the Commonwealth?
That will suffice.
Okay. So it's 7 past. Why don't I come out at 25 after? Give you 20 minutes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. So then they do 20 minutes so that Bev can go deflate her cloaca and then give herself a fucking acid enema or whatever it is she does. Eat a brain tumor for lunch. I don't know. Yeah, of course I want to be a German. A German smart? Yes. Here we go. Next part.
All right. So I will hear you.
Yeah, he blew his load. There was so much innuendo, dude. We went through it the other day, too. It's really wild, the innuendo. This channel is so real, Jeff. It's so fucking real. And a guy did say he blew his load in court. That is on the record forever in history. One day, your great-great-grandkids are going to have kids in schools that are going to be learning about precedent for changing of laws in Massachusetts, in the Commonwealth. And they will go, what do you want, you fucking period? And because they're from Boston. And then second, they're going to say, remember when that guy said blow his load and the other guy was on his way to Recky's house? All their people are going to remember Recky being the guy with coke. It's fucking wild, dude. I can't believe this shit is real, dude.
On the first question, the time of the
Perry, I don't know you, but I love the way your mind works. I've been watching a lot of Dutch oven content on TikTok. That's why that app is good. Fuck everything else. Show me couples Dutch ovening each other. I will laugh for hours.
The OUI, any suggestions?
Your Honor, do you want to hear from the defense first?
I'll hear from you're standing up, so I'll hear from you first.
Okay. On question number 1, what is the time frame for the OUI charge, offense 002, section 5, OUI at 12:45 or OUI at 5 a.m.? Our suggestion would be...
Yo, is baby Stevie here? Stevie Irwin, baby Stevie Irwin. If you're in here, I saw someone reference you. Please cover your ears. They're talking about adult things like drinking and driving. I don't want you to have to hear this, son.
Something along the lines of...
This is nasty white American shit. You don't need to know about this.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have the evidence. It's your decision.
You are the fact finder.
You're the fact finder.
Mr. Brennan, or whomever from the Commonwealth?
My suggestion would be 12:45.
And why is that?
The case has always been focused at that time. I don't think there's anything specific in the indictment or regarding the time.
Do we have the indictments?
No.
I do want to the indictments.
If it's not in the indictment, I'm uncomfortable telling them a time.
I'm sorry?
If it's not in the indictment, I'm uncomfortable telling them a time.
Understood.
All right.
I agree with the court on principle. I just don't have the indictment memorized, so I don't remember if we can pull that up.
There's no time? I don't expect that there's any time. To be
All right. So I'll say you have the evidence, and remember, you are the fact finders, or something to that effect. All right. Are the video clips Karen's interviews evidence? How can we consider them? So I'll tell you what I was planning on saying, then you can add to it.
Sure.
Yes, the videos are evidence. Give them whatever weight you think is appropriate to give them. And then I would give the digital evidence instruction and the humane practice instruction.
The only thing I would respectfully ask the court to include in that sentence is give them whatever weight, if any, you deem appropriate.
All right.
If any.
Okay. I hate all of this, starting with the first thing. I don't care that they agreed on it. It all bothers me. The jurors are asking pretty straightforward questions, I would think. They're not speaking some weird fucked up language like Philadelphia or Amish. They're just saying, hey, what the fuck is the difference between this and this? If we pick this, does this happen? Why'd you show us those weird videos? The fuck do you want from us? You put a lot of gibbery babble on this paper. And it's a lot of non sequiturs. Did you do a word jumble? Is this Wordle? Can you fix it? Tell us what this shit means. Dumb it down, please. Because you said a bunch of weird shit. Bunch of nasty, funky terms we don't know. That are rooted in 1700s case law. Like this is fucking Salem. Can we dumb it down a little bit? Tell us, be straightforward. Did she kill the guy? Did she not kill the guy? How do we put that we don't think she did? How do we put, yeah, she might have been drunk, but we don't think she killed him? What? Just tell us what, a little direction here, judge. Because that's what you're here for, judge. You're like a line judge in tennis. Yes, Jeff Williams, we are adults. We say fuck. I'm not monetized. I can say what I want. That is the brilliance. It is the brilliance and the freedom of breaking the chains of advertising. You ditch the revenue and you have freedom of speech. So we use that here. It's appreciated. It's welcomed. I encourage it. If you're not cussing, what's fucking wrong with you, you fucking weirdo? Yes, I understand that. I understand that. And they can get fucked too, Jeff. Okay? So, also, I don't like the way Jeff is talking to K-Dubs. And you know what, Jeff? Clam down indeed. Perry's right. We don't, look, I don't need speech police up in my fucking twat. Okay? The point is, Bev is giving vague answers, and I wish that they would just be more straightforward. This particular one, go back a little bit.
Hear you on the first question, the time of the OUI. Any suggestions?
Your Honor, do you want to hear from the defense first?
I'll hear from you're standing up, so I'll hear from you first.
Okay. On question number 1, what is the time frame for the OUI charge, offense 002, section 5, OUI at 12:45 or OUI at 5 a.m.? Our suggestion would be something along the lines of, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have the evidence. It's your decision.
You are the fact finder.
You're the fact finder.
Mr. Brennan, or whomever from the Commonwealth.
My suggestion would be 12:45.
And why is that?
The case has always been focused at that time. I don't think there's anything specific in the indictment or regarding the time.
Okay, I have a thought on this. If for some reason she gets a conviction of an OUI, which is why he has his shoulders slumped down, like Charlie Brown, all sad. Okay. Let me show him again. Sorry. I think this is my interpretation of this scenario because I've thought about it for a minute, watched it a little bit, a couple times. If you look at Hank, the way he says this, and you listen to him, and you look at him, body language, posture, it's all just kind of, yes, it's defeated. That is the best way to put it. You can uncover your ears now, Stevie. Okay? So that's what's going on there. All right? So we have a defeated Hank Brennan. All right? So he's sitting here, and he's slumped. He's a little bummed out. He is to understand after reading those questions, it's looking like they're going for an OUI. He didn't want that. He wanted the whole shebang. Okay? He wanted to be whole shebangy hanky. He's realizing he's not going to get that. So if he's not going to get that, if there is that possibility, he could at least trick them into possibly going for something that will benefit the O'Keefe family in the long run. For example, let's say she does get the OUI and he gets to narrow the time window down to it being an OUI at 12:45 at night. Then when the civil case happens from Karen's parents, which they have on hold right now, right? So they're planning on suing Karen civilly, if I remember correctly, for killing their son, regardless of how this goes. And it's probably not going to be fruitful. However, the only Hail Mary he can throw them at this point is locking down a 12:45 a.m. OUI. Well, in that case, they at least can say she was drunk driving when she dropped him off and claimed she didn't know. And there's a conviction on record for an OUI for that offense. And that will actually sway in her favor civilly, I think. So that's why I think he did that. I 100% think that this is a situation where him narrowing that time window to that specific time also leaves some sort of intent or the possibility of it being from the fight, because there was a fight, which is so stupid. The whole Aruba, all of that, it's just dumb. Yes, the suit was wrongful death, but it's on hold, and they plan and intend to continue it. They have stated. I don't know if it was on the record, but I'm pretty sure that they said it on various social media forums through their people, their friends. And I believe Hank has even referenced it once or twice. So I do absolutely think that Hank intends to, at this point, which we know he doesn't get, but I think the reason he wants to narrow it down to 12:45 is so that he can at least lob a little Hail Mary over to the fucking O'Keefes and be like, I tried my hardest, don't be mad at me. It's him saving face. And yes, the civil suit will require them all to be deposed. And I find it very, very interesting. So with that said, that's why I think they did that. That tells me that Hank is feeling scared. Okay. Yeah, I think it's more of like the point. You know what I mean? Because just like Goldman, they could have because remember OJ, there was a lawsuit there, and he got the whole thing. He was going to pawn all of his shit, his Heisman and all of his stuff off to supposedly pay back the lawsuit, is what he said. But then these people robbed him, and then he broke in with an auction guy who was supposed to buy all his shit up for him, and instead he shows up with goons with guns, and he's like, we're all going to go into this hotel room. And then he holds a guy at gunpoint to get his shit back. Then he ends up in prison, which puts all those assets on hold because they're evidence. So the Goldmans never got their money. In his book, What If I Did It? You can't profit off of the death, right? But because he was found civilly charged, then all the book sales would have gone to them. So I believe the Goldmans had the opportunity and did take advantage of changing the title or tweaking it with a forward or something. So yeah, they were supposed to get, I believe, legacy rights to that book deal. But yeah, it doesn't include compensatory. And I also wonder if Hank is seriously trying to find a loophole type of thing, like trying to go full authoritarian psychopath and actually try to charge her for something else that's not. I mean, I don't even think you can. It would still be double. I think that this is the type of douchebag who would go for some double jeopardy shit and just like George Costanza walks back into work and he's like, I didn't get fired. What are you talking about? Like, I could see him trying that shit. Like, he is crazy. He's a mafia lawyer. And he got his client turned into human spaghetti. Like, let's not forget that shit. Anyway, let's go back.
Do we have?
Yeah, they changed the font and if so, it just looks like the book is called I Did It. That's true. That's it. And that's so crazy too, because it's like, damn, that's kind of a badass burn, dude. Good for them. Get that last little nudge in there. Yeah, look at his bald spot. He didn't spray it today.
Have the indictments?
No.
I do want If it's not in the indictment, I'm uncomfortable telling them a time.
I'm sorry?
If it's not in the indictment, I'm uncomfortable telling them a time.
Understood.
All right.
Justice isn't comfortable, Bev. I'm sorry.
Agree with the court on principle. I just don't have the indictment memorized, so I don't remember. If we can pull that up.
Now, I personally wouldn't mind them narrowing the scope down to that 12:45 time frame, because then if they find her not guilty, then that's going to look pretty fucked up for Jen McCabe, isn't it? The one who Googled that shit? I don't know. Either way, I mean, if it's not Karen, they're going to find a way to put it on someone else if it goes back. See, a lot of people think it's not going to go back to trial, but I do wonder if this is going to be such a huge embarrassment. It's going to fuck up Morrissey. I wonder if a new guy's going to come into the DA's office or the DOJ even can come down. They could still have the case open and then come down and be like, nah, fuck all you bitches. We know who did it. Shit, I'm telling you guys, I bet it's Allie. I bet, excuse me, sorry. I've been saying it. Everybody's like, I bet Allie beat the shit out of it. What's her name? The one who went to the high school? Her and Colin, dude, kissing cousins. I bet they got raged up on. I'm just kidding. I don't think so. I think it was Brian, probably, right? It's Brian and Brian, the Bryans. Something like that.
I don't expect that there's any time to be.
All right. So I'll say you have the evidence, and remember, you are the fact finders, or something to that effect. All right. Are the video clips Karen's interviews evidence? How can we consider them? So I'll tell you what I was planning on saying, then you can add to it.
Sure.
Yes, the videos are evidence. Give them whatever weight you think is appropriate to give them. And then I would give the digital evidence instruction and the humane practice instruction.
The only thing I would respectfully ask the court to include in that sentence is give them whatever weight, if any, you deem appropriate.
All right.
If any.
Okay.
Thank you. Otherwise, it's fine.
Did you hear that whispering? I'm sorry. We're going to eavesdrop for a second. He said something like, do they put it in there anyway? Or something. Let's see. I'm going to turn it up a little bit.
Or whomever from the Commonwealth.
My suggestion would be 12:45.
And why is that?
The case has always been focused at that time. I don't think there's anything specific in the indictment regarding the time.
Do we have the indictments?
No.
I gotta say, that was a little sass from Jim. I like the way he just turns around like, no, I put them in my fucking ass, Bev. Like, he's just, the way he said it was like, nope. He said it in a way that's like, and you're not gonna get it, so don't ask. He bevved Bev. Shit, I think I might like Jim now.
If it's not in the indictment, I'm uncomfortable telling them a time.
I'm sorry?
If it's not in the indictment, I'm uncomfortable telling them a time.
Understood.
All right.
I agree with the court on principle. I just don't have the indictment memorized, so I don't remember. If we can pull that up.
There's no time? I don't expect that there's any time to be.
All right. So I'll say you have the evidence, and remember, you are the fact finders, or something to that effect. All right. Are the video clips Karen's interviews evidence? How can we consider them? So I'll tell you what I was planning on saying, then you can add to it.
Sure.
Yes, the videos are evidence. Give them whatever weight you think is appropriate to give them. And then I would give the digital evidence instruction and the humane practice instruction.
The only thing I would respectfully ask the court to include in that sentence is give them whatever weight, if any, you deem appropriate.
All right.
If any.
Okay.
Thank you. Otherwise, it's fine.
Okay. What's the Commonwealth's position?
We have a different perspective on that.
Okay.
The first part of the question, are the video clips of Karen's interviews evidence? The answer should be yes.
Okay.
How can we consider them? I think it's fair to say you should weigh the defendant's statements as you would evidence. Since they've been introduced substantively, they are like any other piece of evidence. There's no difference, and there shouldn't be any reflection of a difference in the answer. We didn't introduce any evidence in this case to say you should give it any weight, if any at all. We didn't provide a limiting instruction in any way, and these shouldn't be so limited. This is just like a photograph. It's no different than a physical piece of evidence. And so I think the answer should simply be yes. You should weigh the defendant's statements as you would any other piece of evidence. I do not think the court should give humane practice or digital evidence. It suggests that there's some deterioration or further analysis that is different. Those instructions were already given during the charge. In addition, those instructions are in their hand in the written jury instructions. And so, to put it most simply, as I think that we should, is this is a piece of evidence and you weigh it like you would any other piece of evidence, whatever they decide, rather than give them guidance to curtail it or to limit it in any fashion.
My only suggestion, Your Honor, is that every single piece of evidence that's provided to them, it's in keeping with Massachusetts laws, it's in keeping with the responsibility that they have. Every single evidence is given the weight, if any, they deem appropriate. That is not a
shit. If they're keeping within Massachusetts law, then we're fucked. Because Massachusetts has fucked up laws. Don't do that, AJ. Use LA law or something. God damn it.
Application of the law. I think the Commonwealth's suggestion suggests in the answer that they should or they have to give those statements weight, and the law is that they don't have to give them any weight. So I think the appropriate comment by the court is exactly as the court suggested initially, which is you give it whatever weight, if any, you deem appropriate.
Snack kinetics, that is it's like we're doing a word association game and you just won. I don't know what it means, but I know exactly what it means, and I don't know why it applies here, but it applies to everything. We could all be snack kinetics. And I love this, and I'm starring, and I don't know what it's for, but it's a concept, and I'm down as fuck with it. Snack kinetics. Let me manifest her on that. So this is the part where Bev takes her fucking time like she's in Catholic mass looking for a psalm. Like the priest just sprung it upon her that it's Easter Sunday. And she forgot her precious moments Bible. She lost it when she was smashing the ganglion cyst on her wrist as she screamed at the heavens because her master plan isn't working. Damn it, Beverly. Get your shit together. Psalms 31:12. Thou shalt not let woman have justice. Woman has monkey brains. Don't give her justice. Lock her up. Cage Brittany. Say it. Say it, Bev. I know you want to say, you fucking weirdo. You have a ganglion cyst? Smash it with the family Bible. It works every time. No, I don't want to touch those papers. She's going to put those papers in her mouth later. No, she's going to stuff them in Jim's mouth before they make love in her chambers. Dude, like Maggie Gyllenhaal? I could see that. Jim is her Maggie Gyllenhaal from the movie Secretary. That is a good indie shout out. And she is James Spader. I can see that. I have one too. And I drew a lot of snails in it. I don't know why, dude. I was Gail the Snail as a child. For those of you who don't know, I had a bowl cut. It's missing 2 front teeth. I love the New Kids on the Block. There was nothing anyone was going to do from stopping me from pissing and shitting in the front yard because I thought if dogs can do it, why can't we? So it was a very weird child. Didn't have a lot of friends for a few years. Yeah, Bev and Jim making love. When I'm upset in traffic, I scream, Bev, Jim, just fuck already. And then I picture it in my head and it makes traffic not seem so bad. Yes, I will. I will find some. The year the dog bit my nose, I had a fucked up nose. I was missing 1 front tooth. I looked like Thundercat. I had a bowl cut still. Everyone called me Dog Girl and Squeaky Toy. I think that was the year I was in Catholic school that year, so I had a cool little Catholic outfit. That looks stupid as fuck. Okay, so they're all just kind of checking Facebook.
Okay, so your objections noted. Now,
okay, well, I do want to hear him get sassy. I think they're about to do it now. Here we go. Atsuko is my friend. She has amazing hair. She's perfect hair.
All right.
And it really
So
does
what
look
I'm going
like
to
that.
say
Very
is, yes, the videos are evidence. You should weigh the defendant's statements as you would any other piece of evidence and give them whatever weight you deem appropriate. But first, then I'll go and I'll read the electronic communications and the humane practice. That covers it.
If the I don't have a principled objection to it if the court adds the word if any.
Wait. Papa was live today. I missed it. No, Shelly Babes is laughing. Yeah. Making love. Judge love. And yes, I love Atsuko. She's very, very funny. She's very, very funny. She's always been funny since the day I met her. And she always dresses like that. Her hair's always been like that. She's very funny. She's very sweet. And she's nice. And she's not like Ellen. She's not like Ellen. I'm sorry. All right, here we go.
I understand.
Because I don't want them to think, for instance, the way that it's worded as the Commonwealth suggested it, they have to weigh it the same way they weigh other pieces of evidence. Every single piece of evidence is weighed in and of itself. It's individual to the.
And see, just saying the word weighed is so confusing. It's not and I get the idea behind it, but they need to be 100. They need to stand on business, dude. Enough of this theoretical weight, It's too much. You've already thrown moral and ethical compasses or compassi or compi. I don't know how to say it. Compi? No, that's not right. Either way, there's too much there's too much like, hey, what is reality? What is God? Like, this is fucking trial, dude. What? Enough. The weight. Just say right here means did she do it or did she not? If you pick this one, then it doesn't mean you agree with this one. Like, just, God damn it.
To the piece of evidence that's presented. For instance, they can weigh.
Yeah, but we live in an immoral world with immoral people. Like, you can't tell me there's not one person on the jury that at least killed someone and got away with it. Like, everybody's so fucked up. There's definitely a guy on there who's cheated a bunch. There's definitely women who probably like held their pillows over their husband's head a couple of times. There's for sure moms who steal their kids' pills. Like, they'll bend some shit, you know? I don't want their moral certainty. I just want any reasonable doubt get the fuck out. Like, that's how it used to be. Does Jen seem like she'd do some fucked up shit? Yeah, she does. Okay, done. Karen's fucking innocent. Bye. Like, oh. Yeah, it is above it. I just don't want them overthinking it. You know what I mean? It's like, does this seem kind of fucking weird? If it does, just put not guilty. And we'll work it out later. You know, just some shit like that.
Way the statements by Miss Reed.
Reasonable doubt, get the fuck out. Isn't that the thing? Or if the glove fits it, if the Lexus fits, it must have quit. Higgy is a dirty piggy. Yep. Most expensive OUI. Dude, I don't know. Texas had a pretty fucking crazy one. We should do battle of the Deweys one day.
They could give it no weight. Each individual juror could decide, I'm going to dispatch it altogether and give it no weight, while giving another piece of evidence, like whatever that might be, the testimony of one of the ARCA witnesses, complete weight.
Why does this bitch look like Cecily Strong in a blonde wig? Why did Paul move? Why is Alessi so strong-jawed? He looks much younger than his actual age. And I feel like this man could beat anyone's ass in this courtroom.
I think that we need to stress that
those tissues are for when the whole defense team comes tomorrow, because they're going to say not guilty.
The clips bear no additional weight, no additional gravity than anything else that they've considered. And the only way to do that is very simply, you give this the weight, if any, that you decide is appropriate. It doesn't, I think, comparing it and contrasting to other pieces of evidence in the case, it's unnecessary, and it tends to suggest they have to give it weight.
Okay. So your objection's noted. Now let's get to the third one.
Did she really tweet that? Because that is such bullshit. That is so not true, because I think Wendy has murdered someone. She's a cute white woman. She's totally murdered someone. Are you kidding me? Wendy has definitely murdered someone, in my opinion, allegedly, for my entertainment purposes only. She has definitely murdered someone, in my opinion. Allegedly, she has. Without a doubt, allegedly, maybe, possibly, for sure, certain, maybe. For entertainment purposes only, she has. So I have no trouble believing that. She's lying and she's stupid.
Convicting guilty on a subcharge, example offense 2, number 5, convict the overall charge. What do you want to say, Mr. Jackson?
You know, this is true. They could be, but I don't think they're biting her in the butt for murder so much as for OUI, because they asked about the OUI first, and I'm going logically in order, like with my brain. Like, if I were thinking thoughts in the jury room and we're going bop, 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 A, B, C. How do we get from A to B to C? All right. So I'm thinking, like, well, you start with the biggest elephant in the room, probably. That's the first. So the first is what? It's the question about the OUI, right? And then the second one, which would somehow their brains went to that, would be B, right? So B was wasn't that the oh, my brain is frazzled because I just read the rest of Roseberry Moons, and that is so fucking crazy. Or also, oh my god, I thought it said Gadzooks for a minute, and I was like, what? But yeah, oh yeah, and then the second one's about the clips. So like, I wonder what led them to the clips next, because they didn't mention anything about the murder, but they did mention the drinking. And what is the most damning thing in the clips, I think personally, is when she admits to drinking and driving. And they asked about drinking and driving. So I think that the clips, they're saying like see the thing where they say the weight of it, like I don't, that's weird. Just say it another way. It just doesn't, it's too, obtuse, as one of you said. So I do think that those clips will come back to bite her in the butt on the OUI charge, which would still suck. I mean, just she's been through enough. What the fuck? But, and also everybody was fucking drinking and driving. And if she didn't do it, then doesn't that mean if they keep want to push in the car, hit them on the Commonwealth side, then that would mean must have been one of them, you know? Absolutely agree. And see, that's why I say, you know, the fucking, if it's in the news, okay, if it's an interview for a documentary, if it's in the newspaper, they will fuck your words up. You were telling no lies. They will fuck with your words. They will. We saw how badly Hank took that out of context too. Big time. It does. In fact, it reminds me a lot of what they did to Amanda Knox, which is wild but true. I saw Coffin Slopper and I saw Wendy just now. I see all these bitches are on Twitter, all the haters to Karen. Like, they just really hate her. It reminds me so much of Amanda Knox. Like, that harlot slut kissing on her boyfriend. She didn't even cry for Meredith. It's like, whoa, dude, calm down. Like, she's getting blamed for this shit. She didn't fucking do it. Like, it reminds me of that. And to see them, all these bitches come out and say, Casey Anthony is what Coffin Slopper said. She said, Casey Anthony, dude. And she compared her directly to OJ. Like, isn't OJ killing Nicole? Like she had a ton of domestic violence and just left John slaughtered after stabbing the fuck out of him. Like, oh, really? That's what with Furman? In that case, wasn't the police the police were Nazis, right? It actually might be very similar in the police in the prosecute in that angle with who investigated it, sure, but like the actual crime and what happened, like, no. Like, it wasn't domestic violence. Like, that is wild. There's just so much going on with the leaps they go in their head to who they're going to compare Karen to this week. I mean, I would not be surprised if they're like, she's the next Bernie Madoff. Like, they compared her to Chris Watts. That's fucking crazy, dude. That is so wild. So, like, no, I reject it. I rebuke that demon. I really think she reminds me a lot of Amanda Knox. Like, just getting blamed for some fucking shit somebody else did that was fucking crazy. I mean, everybody was drinking that night too. It's fucking wild, dude. They have not been playing fair whatsoever. Agree, botched investigation. Wow, dude. It's just a lot. Thank you for being a member for 8 months, Laura. Thank you. And that's the thing is they all should, everyone, you know what? Everyone who was there gets an OUI. Even you, Baby Brian. Baby Brian's birthday bash is over. OUI for you. Everybody. Oh, wow. Wow. They won't say guilty for OUI, but that the charge is not associated. Yeah. I also wonder if they are. I mean, they indicated that they're thinking about. That's another thing is the way that they put like you're not allowed to think about the implications of you're not allowed to think about the sentencing. That's pretty fucking stupid because the last things the lawyers say to you in almost every case is her life is in your hands, dude. Like some Big Lebowski shit. Again, we're gonna loop around to that. You're supposed to take this shit seriously. One of the things they stress when you start jury duty is that like this is going to affect somebody's life. So what the fuck? Like, and then all of a sudden it's like, don't worry about what it does. Like, what? Answer the question, Beverly.
Your Honor, I appreciate the effort that the court went to amend the verdict slip as it relates to count 2. And I think there are some excellent suggestions by the court in the verdict slip. By and large, I think question number 3 is answered by the amendments in the verdict slip.
Stevie Irwin, close your ears. Earmuff, Stevie. Tiffany. A UTI? You're funny.
So we certainly could say something
Mahjong to you.
Like, does convicting guilty, the question was, quote, does convicting guilty on a subcharge, example offense 2, number 5, convict the overall charge? The answer is no, obviously. And perhaps we could formulate an answer that says something along the lines of no, new verdict slips have been provided that will make it more clear, or something of that nature. As well as a decision of guilty on the OUI charge 002 number 5 is an explicit acquittal on the higher charges in offense 002, which is a proper statement of the law. And then there are suggestions that we have regarding the edits that the court has made to the verdict slip. And I'm happy to go over those with you and put those on the record.
Okay, go ahead.
With regard to going from the
Can you guys see me? I do not know what happened. Did I do a slide out? Did I do a Melanie little slide out? Did I accidentally slide my ass out of here? What happened? Yeah, you're still trying to read lips, kids. I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm sitting here. We're watching trial time. Shit, FBI. No, dude. No. I did a Melanie, dude. I butt dialed, kids. Kids, I butt dialed. Oh no, I butt dialed. Shit, I'm Jen McCabe. No, I did a Jen. I did a Jennifer McCabe. I did an Irish murder. I did a schmurder. What is the I was being white and violent. I'm sorry. I was being a partial white and violent. I didn't mean it. Here. Can you guys hear me? Screen sharing was canceled. Did they cancel? They canceled my screen share? Oh, there it goes. Oh, StreamYard did a thing. I did leave you. I went to the Moose Lodge real quick. Dad had to get smokes. Dad, I did a Zamboni pass, okay? Dad did a Zamboni bologna folder and macaroni. You understand? Listen, I'm going to go get you kids pickle chips. You enjoy.
The top to the bottom, just under number 1. Number 1 reads, not guilty of the offense charged or any lesser included offense. We would propose that the court add the language, the consistent language that it's added throughout the verdict slip. If you quote, if you find the defendant not guilty of the offense charged or any lesser included offense, comma, stop and sign the verdict slip, period. That's the only place that that language doesn't appear, and I think it should appear.
Okay.
The second is a relatively minor issue. However, under number 2, sub 2, the parenthetical check one or both of the following, I think it should say, just to clarify it further, if guilty, comma, check one or both of the following.
All right. I think I'm going to leave it because it appears only under the guilty.
It appears only on?
Under the guilty. So go ahead. I'll hear you further.
Going further, going under number 3, toward the bottom of the page, in the parenthetical that the court suggested, which we find is excellent, if you find the defendant guilty of the lesser offense of involuntary manslaughter, we would simply add that clause.
So we'd have to add it in all of them.
Correct.
Which makes sense. I think
Correct.
we had it in the first one.
Right.
Okay.
And then moving to page 2, at the top of the page under sub 4, again.
Hold on one second.
Of course.
Okay.
We had the same suggestion. It appears that the court is not inclined to give it. If guilty, check one or both of the following. And there's a typo. It says the parenthetical
we fixed it.
Check one of.
Yes, so we changed of to or.
So my only suggestion to that would be to, again, add the if guilty, comma, check one or both of the following.
Okay.
On that page, going down to the bolded parenthetical, same thing. If you find the defendant guilty of the lesser offense of motor vehicle homicide.
Okay.
Moving down under sub 5, the
We still
OUI.
need to say stop and sign the verdict slip.
Right. After the word stop and sign the verdict slip.
Yep.
And then under sub 5, again, the same thing. We just suggested that for consistency that it say, if guilty, check one of the following of the both. And the final edit would be in the final parenthetical, the last sentence. If you find, I think her should be changed to the defendant. If you find the defendant not guilty on this offense and all other offenses, check the first box on page 1.
Okay.
And those are the edits that we have suggested for the verdict
All
slip.
right. Mr. Brennan?
I don't have any disagreement with the edits.
Okay.
The idea of instructing them on the nuance of selecting one guilty or not guilty, I don't think needs to be explained. I think that the edits, this proposed instruction explains it. Yes.
All right.
I don't have any issue with if you state, if you decide on a lesser included offense, it does not include the earlier offense. And I'm not sure of the exact language that can be used. I don't think that's necessary, but that is something I wouldn't have an objection to. But I think the form that you filled it out with the edits is going to be sufficient for them to follow.
What do you think about the defendant's position that if you were to find her guilty of operating under the influence, Mr. Jackson said explicit acquittal. I don't like that language. I think if you find it, it means you have found her not guilty of each of the others.
That would be fine with us.
I think it's better if you find her guilty of any lesser included offense. It would not include the higher offense.
All right.
I think that's just confusing.
So what I planned on doing was bringing them out.
I love that moment. That was one of my favorite moments when Bev is talking and Alan is just like, I just think that's confusing. Like that part, he's just nipping at Hank and Hank is not moving. He's terrified right now. He's just kissing ass. And Alan's like, what are you, a dumb son of a bitch? It's so funny.
And giving them each a copy of the amended verdict slip, explaining that it really is consistent with the jury instructions I gave them, but walking them through it. So we start from the top and then explain, if you find the defendant guilty, you're done. Stop, sign the verdict slip, and let the court officer know you have a verdict or something.
I prefer that.
I think I'll walk them through it like we do in civil cases.
I don't have any objection to that. The only other thing is the digital instruction.
Yes.
We don't believe that it's necessary. I don't think that we should reemphasize that, and we're not asking for it.
All right, so you're waiving it?
We're waiving it.
Okay.
Yes,
All
thank
right,
you.
I will do humane instruction.
Again, she cuts him off before he finishes. Like, bitch, you're going to hear the rest of the sentence in 1 second. Just finish. Like, you know, it's so rude.
Humane practice instruction. So I need 5 minutes in Tori, your computer to amend this if we can. And we'll make copies. So we'll bring the jurors in. Let them know that we'll be bringing them in shortly, Tony. All right, thank you.
All right.
And as if you couldn't tell, 5 minutes turned into 20 minutes. That was cool, huh?
All right, so I'll take, thank you. Tori, how many did you make?
No, Laura, you rude ass. I was pulling up a treat. Okay, you kids want to see something cool because this shit's boring? We'll come back to it. It's just the shuffling of the papers and the sighing. Reminds me a lot of middle school and high school and my teachers. Just reading what I wrote. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to show you something really cool. It's a little OSINT for you kids. Just a little fun OSINT. And I'm going to play it right after. Okay, so just to be clear, I'm the boss. All right, now next, here's what I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna stop sharing this. Okay, then Papa's gonna pop back up. Because you can't spell Papa without pop. Now watch this shit. I'm about to blow your minds. All right, this is gonna wake you up. Yeah, Lally twiddled his whatever. That he did that, but don't worry about that right now. Look, I'm gonna show you something cool. All right, Dad's gonna show you something cool. All right, check this out. See what I got here? Just typed in Google Translate. Translate, if you want to be a dick about it. So right here, you just type it in. You don't put any language specifically. You let it detect, okay? It's going to detect it. It's going to default to whatever you speak in. So if you got like pirate or fucking Cantonese, because you're Jimbo James, then it's going to translate to that. Now, I'm going to show you something cool. All right, you ready? I figured this. Whoops. Sorry, a little pop-up happened. All right. Okay, check this out. Isn't that cool? Mitty knew. See? Poopin', shardin', fartin'? It means full terms and conditions. That's Hindi. Poopin', shardin', fartin'. No, it's Hindi, dude. Don't disrespect the Hindis. Listen, poopin', shartin', fartin', dude. It means full terms and conditions. It's pretty cool, right? All right, now I'm going to read to you. These are my little babies. The other day, I got on my can opener and was opening a can of worms when I thought, what am I doing? If you were to pay, why not let your friends try it on for a while? Come on, we're not going to hurt it. I guess one of the funniest moments of my life was when my grandfather, I was at his house. Wait, I guess one of the funniest memories of my grandfather was the time I was at his house and that tied up man with the gag in his mouth came hopping out of the closet and started yelling that he was really my grandfather. And the other guy was an imposter and to run for help. Who was that guy? Oh, well, we never saw him again. These are deep thoughts by Jack Handy. Okay. The tired and thirsty prospector threw himself down at the edge of the watering hole and started to drink. But then he looked around and saw skulls and bones everywhere. Uh-oh, he thought, this watering hole is reserved for skeletons. Okay. I'm telling you, just attach a parachute to the plane itself. Why isn't anyone listening to me? If you get invited to your first orgy, don't just show up nude. That's a common mistake. You have to let nudity happen. This is important. No, this is Jack Handy. He's a scientist. One thing a computer can do that most humans can't is be sealed up in a cardboard box and sit in a warehouse. Sarah Boone thought she knew better. See what happened? Anyway, poopin', shartin', fartin' means full terms and conditions. Hello, Sassy. Welcome. We're just reading. I'm just reading to the kids because I love you and I want you to get a good education. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We got, how much do we have left on this? It's not that much. We'll let Bev get through her bullshit. It's only got like 2 more minutes. And then we're going to look at all these jury forms that I pulled up for you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Deep thoughts. And maybe I'll read some more deep thoughts to you later. All right. So here you go. Here you go. This is for you.
All right, jurors, we're in receipt of your question. We've been working on making sure that the answers we give you are the right ones, so it's taken us a while. So the first question, what is the time frame for the OUI charge? Offense 002, Section 5, OUI at 12:45 or OUI at 5 a.m.? The answer to that question is that you folks have all the evidence. And remember, it's only you who decide the facts in this case. All right, that's the answer to that question. You are the fact finders. The second question, are video clips of Karen's interviews evidence? How can we consider them? Yes, the videos are evidence. You should weigh the defendant's statements in the video.
I like how her answer to the first question was like, look inside your heart. You knew the whole time. Like, bitch, what are you, a genie? Like, what? It's, if you think about it, it'll come to you. She's like, here's your answer. It's up to you. You make it up. You make up the rules now. Your law. You play judge. What, bitch? It's like when you ask someone a question like, you know, what do you want tonight? Do you want cannelloni or pizza? And they just look at you and go, yes. Like, that's not how you answer that question. It's fucking wild. She is a fortune cookie. She is a fortune cookie. It's there's so much wrong with this because they're like, we need some clarification. And she's like, look deep down. Look deep down. You've known the answer the whole time. Bitch, this isn't Disney. This isn't fucking Disney. Hello, Rat House Media. Hello, hello. Hello, Haynes. Hello, everybody. Hello, Gabagool. Hello to all the kids who have just entered. We're having group anxiety attacks together, okay? We are in the Sallyport. Everything is flipped.
As you would any other piece of evidence and give them whatever weight you deem appropriate. But first, before you may consider any such statement, you're going to have to make a preliminary determination whether it can be considered as evidence. You may not consider any such statement in your deliberations for the truth of any.
Oh my God. Deep thoughts with Bev Cannone, but it's spelled THOTS. Is she gonna get her own Playboy spread? What do you guys think? Debate in the comments.
Such statement unless from all the evidence in the case, the Commonwealth has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant made the statement that she's alleged to have made and that she made it voluntarily, freely, and rationally. So that's the answer to that question. So for the third question, does convicting guilty on a subcharge, example offense 2 number 5, convict the overall charge? So with that, what I'm going to do is I have
well, listen, you shouldn't wear overalls if you're over 25. So I'm with her on that one.
Amended the verdict slip. It's the exact same verdict slip, and it's still consistent with the jury instructions I gave you, but it's a little bit easier for you to follow. And for purposes of going through this, we'll go through it together, and I've got a copy for each one of you, okay?
Imagine if tomorrow they announce her not guilty and then Beverly just throws her Stanley Cup, gets up on the bench, turns around, lifts up her robe, and just spreads her butt cheeks. And that finally, she loses it. That snaps her. That's what breaks her. And then you guys are looking at a real Sally Portal. What are you going to do? What are you going to spray into your eyes to make it stop? But you're a gardener. You're not in court. Listen, just because I'm making fun of someone for something doesn't mean that it's the thing I'm mad at. I'm making fun of them because I don't like them. I love wrestling, but if someone I hate loves wrestling, I'm probably going to say something like, you fucking idiot who watches that bullshit. But I know where I stand. It's not the wrestling that hurt me. It's the Beverly. I will poke my eyes out with pens. Good to see you, Darlene. Nice to see you. That's going on a shirt. That's why you keep losing pens, by the way. Don't you do it, I will call the police. No, like she just spreads her butt cheeks, okay? Her little butt cheeks, okay? And then like baby Brian pops out and he goes, "Hi, everybody. It's my birthday."
All right. So you'll see it really is the same verdict slip, but we've added.
Listen. You think I don't already picture half of you in overalls? It's not about the overalls. It's about just ripping on Bev, okay? Stupid woman with lady brains. Listen, I'm a woman too, but just go with it.
A little bit of language to help you follow it through.
Language, Bev. I've just always wanted to do that.
So the first charge.
Yeah. Bev's charcuterie. Okay? That's the shirt. Bev's charcuterie.
Manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor. So first, in the above entitled case, we say the defendant is 1, not guilty of the offense charged or any lesser included offense. If you find the defendant not guilty of the offense charged or any lesser included offense, stop and sign the verdict slip. Now, then you go on to guilty of the offense of as charged, manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor. Check one or both of the following: manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor and or manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle with the blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. If you find the defendant guilty of manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor, stop and sign the verdict slip. That means on each one, when you stop and sign the verdict slip, that means you have a verdict on this indictment. So stop and sign the verdict slip. If you find her not guilty of manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor, then continue below to the lesser included offense. And first, under 3 is involuntary manslaughter. If you find the defendant guilty of the lesser included offense of involuntary manslaughter, stop and sign the verdict slip. If you find her not guilty of involuntary manslaughter, then continue to the next page. Guilty of the lesser included offense of motor vehicle homicide, felony OUI liquor, and negligence. And you have to check one or both of the following: motor vehicle homicide under the influence of liquor and or motor vehicle homicide by operating a motor vehicle.
Okay, this is where I have to step in. This is the liquor in the front, get her in the back. In all seriousness, this is absurd to me. The fact that they are singling out liquor tells me that what? So beer and spritzers and wine, is that different? This is a state that actually believes that bullshit of like beer before liquor gets you drunk quicker. Like this is I'm not gonna say it. Touch my camera through the fence is all I'm saying. Like this is some Fed smoker shit. Wait. So liquor? No, I didn't have liquor. It was claw. Like, oh, that's a different charge. Like, what, dude? What, dude? Is that why they paused for the clause? The fact that there is a state that differentiates BAC by liquor versus beer and all other spritzes is fucking insane to me. It's not a street joke. It's your lives. Massachusetts, are you okay?
The blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater.
You can't spell claw
If
without
you find
law.
the defendant guilty of the lesser included offense of motor vehicle homicide,
Clippy.
felony, OUI, liquor, and negligence, stop and sign the verdict slip.
Oh, you owe me a liquor? Okay, thanks, Bev. That's some shit the bailiff would say.
If you find her not guilty of motor vehicle homicide under the influence of liquor, then continue below to the guilty of the lesser included offense operating under the influence. And you check one or both of the following: operating a motor vehicle.
If it was brown and it couldn't go down, you're going to check 4 for I was almost buzzing. If it's clear, I can get there or here, you're going to check misdemeanor. Okay? Now, if you follow the different rhymes down to the bottom, that's where you get to. If you're drinking Zima, you don't get no funds from FEMA. Now, don't forget to click that one on account of the weather. This is ridiculous. This is embarrassing. And also, hey, Bang Sister, I didn't even, you know what, Beverly? You're not all that bad. Look at those bangs.
Vehicle under the influence of liquor and or operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. If you find the defendant guilty of operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor, then stop. If you find the defendant guilty, you stop and you sign the verdict slip. If you find the defendant not guilty on this offense and all other offenses, check the first box on page 1.
If you woke up pregnant and emotionless and discovered an eviction notice on your front door, you're going to click 2. If you've turned blue because you accidentally started an online cult, you're going to click 1. Okay. If you realize that you're supposed to be writing, but you've been clicking, you're going to go ahead and take this crayon. You're going to draw what you think is a juggalo. Okay. Now, if Jim likes it, you're going to go out into the parking lot. We've hidden a thing. It's called a cache. All right. You have a geocache. It's going to be fun. You're going to love the weather. Now, once you find the little tiny little tube, I want you to open it. Okay. And that's the verdict. I want you to memorize and write down, or else I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to kill you slowly with the Italian and Irish mafia. Okay, kids. All right. There you go. That's your jury slip.
And remember, your decision must be unanimous. All right. Does that make it any clearer, hopefully? All right. So with that, I am going.
Unanimous means if 78% or more of your heart is into it, then all of you agree. If one of you has some sort of heart murmur, or perhaps it's half dead from years of watching daytime television soap operas, you're going to click 3Q. This is too much. This is just a lot. This is a lot.
To send you back out.
Before the jurors are set,
Sure. Why don't you come on over?
Bev's like, come to my sidebar. Wait outside. Don't look right at the moon. Come to my sidebar. You'll be in jail soon. You'll be in jail. You'll be in jail. God, she sucks. Okay. And now what? Now she's gonna go, okay, we're fucking done. I'm gonna get on my broom and fly out of here. I'll see you next month.
You do Friday? All right. All right, so we'll see everybody at 1:30.
Yeah, the jurors ate the fucking crayons. The jurors, I imagine, are a lot like the sheep on Arrested Development. Remember when the people accidentally get onto the sheep cart into the animal trailer, and they all get on, and then they have to be let off, and then they're dropped off, what, in Mexico or something? It's fucking great. Darlene's like, she's still a cunt. Ribbit! Ribbit? You sly little sleuth. I see you here. I see you here, and I'm glad to see you here, and I love you. Everyone, Rabbit is here. Rabbit is here. Look, everyone, into baby sister. It's the Dewey of the groupie. Listen, everyone be cool. Don't say bad words. Rabbit is here. Okay? Rabbit, hello. It's so nice to see you. We love you very much. Are you a donut now? Aw. You know, Mookie's, aka the Hoogan, ate a baby rabbit because he's so mad and he misses you so much. He manifested you. How you doing, Mookie? He's asleep. He doesn't care. I care though, and I love you, and it's so nice to see you. Nobody get fast or don't. No sudden movements around my rabbit. Don't scare her. I will say what I want to say, Darlene. Goddamn right. You're a bagel. Rabbit's a bagel. And Darlene's going to say what she wants to say. Darlene, I tried saving lives last night. It didn't work. You're much better than I am. I have mad respect for you, even more. I didn't think I could respect you more, but I do. All right, so let's go forward. After Bev has had her vinegar and bitch smoothie or whatever the fuck it is she drinks before she goes on her little warpath. And it's just mostly fan, right? I don't think there's much more. No, they do have one. Don't they have a jury instruction about a mistrial? I think that's the one that I missed. Do they? Yeah, let's go to it. I think this is it. Look at her with her trollopy red lips.
All right, jurors, I know you want to go home. So it's been a long day for everybody. I have to give you those same cautions.
Wait,
Please
was
do
that
not
it? Did I
discuss
miss
this
one?
case with anyone. Do not do any independent research.
Did I miss one? I feel like I missed one.
At 1:30.
No, that was the lunch, right? There wasn't one more? Someone tell me. Is there one more? You guys know. You guys know better than I do. I think that cannot be it. Oh, yeah, I did miss one. Here it is. This is the one that I need to see again because I saw it briefly and I went, what? I'm over here reading lips. Reading lips and busting nips. Look at the fan, how much it's jerking today. The fan ain't having it. They asked and she said, nah. Nah. Vinegar tits. Okay, let's see. Here we go.
Please be seated. Court is in session.
All right, so I'll see you at sidebar so we don't do this part in open court.
Oh, God forbid we should have fun, Beverly, you bitch. I want to hear you guys. Oh, here we go.
Our options are essentially.
Oh, come on, guys. All right, listen, I'm going to read everyone's lips. Everyone join me in reading lips, okay? You know what? While they're doing this, I have something better. I forgot I can even do this. Oh, nope. Now they're coming back. Never mind.
Jim, can I have that question, please? Thank you.
June.
All right. So as counsel knows, we received a question from the jurors. If we find not guilty on 2 charges but can't agree on 1 charge, is it a hung jury on all 3 charges or just 1 charge? I got some input from the defense at sidebar, essentially saying if we could just ignore it. We can't ignore it. To me, it's a theoretical question, and we don't answer theoretical questions. I tell the jurors that they're not to be concerned with the consequences of their verdict, and that's exactly what they're doing here. So I would propose just writing simply, this is not a question I can answer on this and sending it back.
The defense position is not, certainly not.
I think that is the most anti-justice thing you can say. Don't be concerned about the consequences of your decision is like the exact opposite of what we as human beings are taught our entire lives. In fact, I watched a judge named Judge Fleischer yell at some kids for like 4 hours yesterday saying, you need to learn to think about the consequences of your decision. And now we have a group of people who are honed the fuck in, chosen by the hand of Hoogan to actually pay attention, and they are, and they have a valid question, And she says, don't fucking worry about what happens if she's guilty and not guilty. We thought we're going to toss her in a fucking pit anyway. Like, what do you mean don't fucking worry about what happens? Like, what? What, dude?
Ignored your question. However, I think that it is apropos, given the timing of when that question came in, which was literally before the court had answered the other 3 note card questions. I think that it would be appropriate to send a quick note just asking them, given the fact that there's some clarity in your other questions, does this answer your question? In other words, can you proceed without any further input by the court regarding that second question?
So that made sense initially, but why ask them, do I really need to answer it, to then tell them I'm not answering it?
Because I think at some point.
See, that made sense when you brought it up at lunch, but then I had a couple of claws in me, and now I'm sitting here going, I don't even know what this gibbery babble means. Is this fucking English?
They need to know what the law is. It's a reporting question. In other words, I don't see it as theoretical, as the court indicated. I see it a little bit differently, which is what are our options? And the options are built in the law, not in theory. If they come back with a verdict on more than one count, but they're hung on a separate count, they are to report those 2 counts, whatever counts they came to a verdict on.
So that's for a later time, right? So this is at this point. Right. It's premature, it's hypothetical, it's theoretical. I understand your point. I think I disagree with you at this point. It may be something later. The way the question's worded, if I find
it's a premature adjudication, Beverly? Sounds like a bit of judicial innuendo.
And this, if we do this, I'll hear from the Commonwealth.
We agree it's consequence related. Your first suggestion, I think, is most appropriate, and we would endorse that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that at this time, Mr. Jackson. I'm not going to have a back and forth with them. I'm simply going to say, because it's true, it's the law, that this is not a question I can answer.
Well, I would strongly suggest that we find some other way. If that question continues to remain, then they're not going to ask that question. I don't think.
This is the equivalent of when somebody calls at your work and they need to speak to a supervisor because they have a question, and your supervisor turns around and says, yeah, just tell them to fuck off. I don't want to. I don't. It's not my job. And it is their job.
The court can say, or should say, I can't answer the question, because the court can answer that question. The court absolutely can answer it. I would simply say, this question is not before the court without further information, or something like that. Not the court can't answer that question, because if that question remains in their minds, we're going to end up in the exact same position that we were in last year.
There are other steps that can be taken to perhaps prevent that.
Whatever those steps are, I think the first step down the wrong path is to say, throw our hands up and say, well, we can't answer that question. Well, we know we can answer.
So I don't know if I want to put you in an uncomfortable position, Ms. Giannetti. I'm inclined to answer the question the way I stated.
Could we have 2 minutes to confer with counsel, John?
1 minute.
How about 1 minute? You guys are 10 minutes late.
We just need 1 minute.
Beverly, you were 20 minutes late earlier, Bev. You remember you said it would be 5 in chambers and you took 20? Also, you notice how, like, when Yannetti says some shit, Beverly's like, okay, fine, the hot one.
What do you say, Mr. Brown?
Okay, they're in the huddle. Everyone try to read lips. Okay, well. Okay, we can't say. Okay, Leslie. Okay. He's like, I know we're going to get the tater tots, but I want a Frosty. She wants a Frosty. We're going to have to get separate fries. Because if we don't get separate fries, then you're going to dip in mine, and he's going to dip in Karen's, and Karen doesn't like vanilla. Okay, fine. We'll all get Frosties. Okay, good.
Very slight tweak with the court's language. I don't have a principled objection to the court's language that we not answer the question at this time. I would simply ask that the court answer the question as you suggested just now in open court. It's premature to address this question at this time.
No, What do you say, Mr. Brennan? My response was, this is not a question I can answer for the reasons I stated. It's theoretical, and we tell jurors that they cannot be concerned with the consequences of their verdict. And that's exactly what you would be asking me to endorse. What's the Commonwealth's position on the proposed?
I agree with your first suggestion.
Yeah, I'm going to send it in like this. Your objection's noted.
Your Honor, if I could make my record a little bit clearer, the court's indicating that it doesn't answer questions about the consequences of the juror's verdict. That would be punishment. Of course, you can't answer a question like that. This is not the consequences of the verdict. It's how do they report a verdict. So I think saying I can't answer this is sending a false message to the jury. If the court were to simply indicate this is not appropriate for me to address at this time, that assuages all concerns. Certainly assuages our concerns and it protects Ms. Reed's rights. I think that.
Well, I think what I could add is this is a theoretical question, not a question I can answer. That does the same thing. Is there an objection? I understand, Mr. Jackson.
Add the clause at this time.
Is there an objection to me putting this is a theoretical question, not a question I can answer?
No objection.
I don't allow the court to finish writing, but at this point, that is over our objection. I
understand.
I just want to make sure the record is absolutely clear. That's over our objection. I don't think that's an appropriate answer to a very, very clear question that could be answered in an innocuous way that does not affect Ms. Reed's rights.
Okay.
This way it does.
Okay, it was a clear question that the defense first told me to ignore. So
I didn't
it's
tell
that.
you to ignore anything, Your Honor.
All right, we are all set. So let's send this in, please.
All right.
Okay. So, and the note says she is guilty. That is something that she would do. That is absolutely something she would do. So I think that is it until the end of the day, right? So that was like the last jury instruction. And so she sent the jury, obviously, like some instruction that was like, no, don't find her not guilty on anything. And I'll buy you some chicken, my treat. You want a car? Something like that. Okay. I have a series of things to show you. But before we do that, we like to kind of test, we need to test your peak strength. All right. We need to callous you a little bit. I feel like it's been a while since this. I know you've had a rough day, but what doesn't kill you makes you strong.
Jack。我改变主意了。我到这里来找你。
把手给我。闭上眼睛。快闭上！上来，抓住栏杆，闭上眼睛，别偷看。
我没偷看。
跨到栏杆上，抓住了，抓紧点，眼睛闭好了吗？相信我吧。
我相信你。
好了，睁开眼睛。
我飞了，这个。
来，伸出手，我拉你回来。
毁灭它之后，就献给伟大的 Saga。
火焰仍在肆虐，你的挣扎毫无意义，命运之轮已经开始旋转。
Guys, is everything okay?
No.
I'm just waiting in line. I wanted to catch you as soon as you're available.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go into work now, guys.
I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah.
Yeah, shake it, Frederickson.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, for sure.
Frederickson's birthday.
I thought. Wait, Frederickson, it's your birthday?
We go and we're bringing sexy back.
Robert, match the freak.
Oh, okay. Is this it? Am I matching the freak?
Yeah, you're doing great.
Thank you. Hey, Frederickson, how's your new dancing role been going? Shouldn't you be on the stage at some point? Don't forget about it. All right, I don't pay you to fuck around. Hey, listen, guys. Do you guys mind if I get my own office? You know, I got to do line RP.
I hope you like the disco ball we added.
There's a pig. Yeah,
Where the fuck did you guys get a disco ball?
Well, you said no strip club, so we stripped that idea and just made the club.
Yeah. No, I'm really glad that you guys are here every day now. The cult, right? I'm glad that you guys have become a regular part of my office. That means a lot to me, you know.
I'm glad you like us being here. You know, we really enjoy the company.
We bring it sexy back.
Yeah.
I like the busing song.
Right.
You told me you got caught up in the tear gas as well. Describe what happened to you.
Oh, just tasted a little tear gas. Tasted like fascism.
Tasted a little tear gas. Tasted like fascism. All right. So let's look at the gabagool. This is too fucking big. Hold on. Let me minimize it. It's going to be wonky. So I'm going to have to do this for all of them. Shout outs to Christina Rex for having this available on Twitter. This is the Commonwealth versus Karen Reed verdict slip. For those of you who would like to see up close the fuckery and the kerfuffle, here it is. Okay. So why is it so confused, gang? Because the offense she's charged with is basically like, right here. It's manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor. Now, if I were her, I'd be like, fuck you, it was Bia, and then just try to get out of it that way. But that doesn't seem to work. Okay. So, before the Commonwealth was all up everybody's ass, like, no, she intended to do this. She was mad about Aruba. And now all of a sudden it's like she had a spontaneous utterance of violence. which is weird to have in the snow. And so she hit him with her car. And because she asked the question of, what if I did something to hurt him? Out of concern and genuinely trying to figure out what the fuck is happening. They took that as, well, she fucking did it. So right here it says manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor. In the above entitled case, we, the jury, say the defendant is either 1, not guilty of the offense charged or any lesser included offense. Now, this is interesting right here. See, the first line says of the offense, which would be operating a motor vehicle under the influence, right? Or any lesser included offense. So this is the one you're going to want to check, right? But it goes down in order. And as it goes down in order, it makes you go, wait, but what if I want to charge her with OUI, right? But I don't want any of these included, and I certainly don't want it to insinuate this. And then you come down here and look, there's no not guilty there. And there's no not guilty here. And there's no not guilty. So really, it's either she's not guilty of any of this shit or she's guilty of some of these. Now, it seems kind of easy, right? But that's at first. As you go through and you read it, you start to see guilty of offenses charged. Manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor. Check one or both of the following. So was she doing it because of the liquor? Or with the liquor in a system? Or was she doing it while operating a motor vehicle with a BAC over 0.08? Or both? Well, if it's one, but not both, that would only presumably be what? Because of the choice of drink? Now, this is where I get fucking confused. I don't know how everybody else feels about that, but that feels weird. I would question that if I were on the jury. Agreed, Larodale. Agreed. Then we go down guilty of the lesser offense, a lesser included offense. So they're letting you know this is a lesser included, this is a lesser included, this is a lesser included. But this right here doesn't say a lesser included. So that also is a little bit confusing, but I guess that's because it's up here. I would think it would just be, you'll see what I think it should be. I'll show you in a minute. Then there's guilty of lesser included offense, operating a motor vehicle under the influence of liquor and or with a BAC of 0.08. And it really looks just like that. But this one is just an OUI, and this one is a motor vehicle homicide, which is a felony with OUI liquor and negligence, but there's no real expansion on that because you would think that she's guilty of an OUI, right? It would just be, it feels weird that they look the exact same. To me, that's very trickery. That's like voter ballot trickery. So then it's got this little bit right here with the 4-person, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But remember, they said that was 7, wasn't there? Let me see if this is the right one. I got to make it big again. Okay. So then you have this page. Yeah, here we go. Leaving the scene of an accident resulting in death. In the above entitled case, we, the jury, find the defendant is not guilty of the offenses charged, leaving the scene of an accident resulting in death. So I'm very confused by this because now I'm like, wait, does this even go with the other document? So that's 1 and 2, right? Either not guilty or guilty. So this is really 1 offense. Now they said 7 earlier. I'm counting 5. But then in court, he said actually 9, right? So I'm confused by all of that because it's 5, right? And then I guess this was count as a 6 and a 7. But I thought he was talking about lesser included. So yeah, it's gerrymandering. 7 including counts, 1 and 3. Okay. Well, I'm a dumb son of a bitch. And I look at this and I go, this is so confusing. Especially because, look, you have 1 not guilty, and then you have guilty. If anything, it's kind of like a psychological mind fuck, right? Because majority rules in people's brains. I think in a lot of instances, that's why when you're kids, you ever have this happen? You ever grow up really poor and then like you're a little kid and it's like, it's in your head, it's like, what's this kid gonna like? Are they gonna like one big gift of like something they could fuck up and then not have any more of? They're only 3. Like, do they need an iPad, or do you want to give them a $700 iPad, or do you want to give them 100 things from the dollar store and then the room is just fucking filled? If they fuck it up, it's not going to be a bother. Like, they're 3, they're 4 years old. Why not? Like, I feel like there's this mind fuck of quantity over quality for most people beyond those formative years. Hence greediness and corporate America and CEOs. Anyway, when I look at this, when you see the same buzzword over and over, it does bother me that there is an ample amount of guilties and one not guilty per page, and it feels weird. It feels treacherous even. Like, this is, if I was a defendant looking at this, I'd be like, well, maybe could you squeeze in a few more not guilties under them? Is there an option for it? There should be. Isn't that how most states do it? Well, that's why we're here. Okay. Because it is how most people do this shit. Okay. This is how most people fucking operate in other states. And I'm going to show you how I know that. So we're going to start over here. I'm not going to start with too crazy. Listen, it's nothing personal. But if you watch me, you know who I am. I got to throw in a couple of things here that, look, I'm not trying to get political, but I do have verdict forms from some very high profile cases we were actually talking about this week. And I think it would be good to learn together. So yeah, I got some pretty cool things to show you. Let's start here. This is one that I pulled out of Knox County, Tennessee. The mayor is Kane from WWE. So this should be fucked, right? Like, you got a wrestler for a fucking mayor, dude? Like, Kane, one of the brothers of destruction? Like, this feels like maybe this isn't the best look. What if Knox County doesn't get it right? What do we need? We need educated people. Well, look at how great this jury form is. Okay, Knox County, Tennessee, Division 1. This is Vanessa Coleman versus the state of Tennessee. We, the jury, find the defendant, Vanessa Coleman, circle the appropriate one. She's either guilty of facilitation to commit first-degree murder of Shannon Christian, the perpetration of kidnapping Hugh Christopher Newsom, or, see how there's a big or, she's guilty of second-degree murder, she's guilty of voluntary murder, or see how it says or between everything, or she's not guilty. And you just pick one. You pick A, B, C, D, E, or F. Which one do you want? Like a middle school multiple choice pop quiz. And I like that there's an or, because it's like or, not and, just or. And there's no sub contentions. It's just, do you want this shit or this shit or that? Do you want pie, or do you want cake, or do you want mashed potatoes, or do you want a kick in the dick, or do you want brown acid from Woodstock? What do you want? Or do you want to go to a mental institution? What do you want? Or do you want to go to the movies? Or do you want me to walk away? Like it's very simple. You pick one. Okay? You don't get a both. You don't get a write-in. There's no stupid shit like that. It's just this or this or this or this or this. You get one. Pick it. So let's get, and that's it. That is the whole jury. That is one form. And also, it's true to its name. It is a form and or a slip indicating one, not plural, one, singular, one fucking thing. Okay? So easy. So fucking easy. A Nagel that is drunk as hell on peanut butter liquor could do it. All right? So, what? Glenn Jacobs? We're going to talk about that. I interviewed him. Fantastic guy till he went nuts. Okay. So, I want to see in the chat, okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you think this form is the better form between this and Karen Reed. 2s if you like Bev's jury form. 1s if this one is if you like this one. If this one's less confusing, put 1. If this is your pick, if this is the form you would like to have as a juror, put 1. If you like Bev's, put 2. Let's see. I'll play you a little video while you pick. Which do you prefer? Knox County, home of Brother of Destruction Kane, or Beverly Cannolis? You're going to get 11 seconds of bukkake. Okay. So overall, thus far, we have a lot of 1s. All right. This chat has turned you. Uh-oh. We do that. Okay. So that is in the criminal court of not. So Tennessee, who has a man with definite CTE, he has had multiple head injuries, a fucking wrestler. They got it right. They figured it out. He's their leader, and they got it right. So okay, there's that. All right, and yeah, he was corporate Kane briefly. He wore a suit. He was into the business side of things. I can see how one could argue that, but listen, he was still the brother of the Undertaker, and he killed their family in arson. He's an arsonist, kayfabe, So for him to become a mayor, and also in a county where they have such fantastic jury slips, I'm very impressed. Across the board, no one voted Cannone. All right. So now let's look at another one. Let's look at another jury verdict from. I just picked this one because I liked Straight Matter. The name of the firm is fun. Okay. So this bad boy here, let me take myself out so you can see. All right. So this jury slip is from a duck bridge collision. Now, this is a bit different. Okay. It's maybe not the same subject matter we're used to, but let's just feel it out because it's 2019. Nicholas Ceja drafted such a lovely document. He worked so hard. This is a Ducks September 24, 2015 Aurora Bridge collision. Okay. So it had to do with the duck bridge, duck boat situation. We, the jury, answer the questions submitted by the court as follows. Look how it says direction. This is what I like about this one. You are to answer the following questions in numerical order according to the instructions provided. So what I like about this is it says that, and it lets you know there's going to be instructions. So go in order. Now, Bev could have put that to begin with, but she didn't. We, the jury, answer the questions submitted by the court as follows. Question 1. Was the duck bitch negligent by breaching the duty of a common carrier as to its duck 6 passengers? Yes or no? If you answer yes to question 1, please answer question 2. If you answered no to question 1, skip question 2 and proceed to question 3. Well, we answered yes. So yes means we now answer 2. Okay, so we're going to go down. Was Duck Bitch's negligence as a common carrier a proximate cause of injury to the plaintiffs who were Duck 6 passengers? Yes. Okay, well, now you answer 3. See how it walks you through carefully? This is bird law. Exactly. You see where I'm going with this? Indoctrination of our flock nation. Question 3. As to plaintiffs who were not Duck 6 passengers, was RTDS negligent? Yes. If you answered yes to the question 3, please answer 4. If you answered no, skip it. Okay. So let's say they answered yes, they did. So now we're going to move on. Do you see how easy it takes you through? And it does this for the entire thing. And this, we're not going to go through the entire thing, but it is the exact same pattern here on out. Okay. It does get slightly complicated. It dabs in Beverly. Okay. But keep in mind, this one involves percentages of claims at the end. And there were multiple people. There were 6 people and they all had different shit. So even with 6 different fucking plaintiffs and all these different options, it still, it's simpler, in my opinion, than Cannone's. I don't like the part where math has to be done, But again, this is a different type of bitch. This is a different type of case. So despite it being, it's a little wordy. There were a lot of plaintiffs, but this is for 6 people. Now, Karen's is for 1 people. So what do you fucking think? Do you find this one at least more thorough? If you had to pick between this one and Beverly's, which would you pick? Honestly, I might pick Beverly's because this is really long, but I do like how they carefully walk you through it. Min King Kang. That's a cool name. What do you think? I don't know. Let's look at another one. Okay. Now this one is very basic also. I feel like this is a good option. This is a good. Yeah, it is for a civil case, but I like how they walked you through it. It's like, if you don't, it's literally a choose your own adventure. If you like this, go here. If you don't like this, go here. That one reminded me of like a board game. All right. So I found that to be very cool. Now, this is for 2nd-degree murders. Okay. Racketeering, 2nd-degree murder, Michigan. Do you see how it says not guilty or guilty? Not guilty or guilty? Not guilty or guilty? Now, this is what I think they should all look like. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. What do you think about this one? Do you think this is better than Bev's? Give me a 1 if you think this is better than Bev's. Just a simple, what do you think they fucking did? Are they guilty or not guilty? Like, I really truly think that this is the way to go. Okay? So this is out of Brighton, Michigan. This is my favorite. It's very simple. Did he murder Mary? Guilty or not guilty? Did he murder Lynn? Guilty or not guilty? Did he murder Donna? Not Donna. Guilty or not guilty? Racketeering? Guilty or not? It's so fucking simple, dude. Check yes or no. You want to fuck? Check yes or no. And we continue. Now, this is where it's about to get a little crazy. So this is Trump. This is for Trump. Just to be clear, he was. Now, he didn't get found guilty. No, he did. Check this out. Okay? Yeah, we're verdict slip fucking. E. Jean Carroll versus Donald Trump. Did Mrs. Carroll prove and this is for the battery charge, okay? Which is putting your hands on someone. Did Miss Carroll prove by preponderance of the evidence that 1, Mr. Trump raped Miss Carroll? Yes or no? And then it does what the other sheet did earlier. And this is a whole different fucking state. But it did the exact same thing. So do you think he raped Miss Carroll? They put no. Mr. Trump sexually abused Miss Carroll? Yes. Okay. And now it says skip to question 4. Okay. So now they're going to skip that because they said he sexually abused her. Miss Carroll was injured as a result of Trump's conduct? Yes. If yes, insert a dollar amount that would fairly and adequately compensate her injuries. So this was the initial filing. There are more. That's just the battery charge. There are other charges and other forms. And it's very fascinating how that worked out for him. So he sexual assault and batterized her. And I find that to be interesting because the jury form was even simpler than Bev's for the Trump case. All right, now let's look at another one. This one's from Washtenaw. All right, Washtenaw, Wisconsin. All right, so we're not going to see too many more of these, but this one was interesting too, I thought, because look at how much they are like the others. It is a totally different state. Has plaintiff proven by preponderance of the evidence that there was a protected activity as defined in these instructions? Yes. If the answer to 1 is yes, proceed to question 2. If your answer to question 1 is no, please sign this verdict form and notify the court that your deliberations are concluded. So see how if you put no, it's just over? But in this case, they put yes, so they have to move down. Well, has the plaintiff proven by preponderance of their evidence that the defendant discharged the plaintiff? Yes. And it gives you an instruction. You go down, and then you get to pick out damages. This is another civil one. But notice how that looks all the fucking same. It's pretty crazy. Now let's go over here. Let's look at another one. Because it's fucking court day. We're looking at court papers, okay? This is a fun one. This was for a Monsanto case. Has Monsanto shown by the greater weight of the evidence for DuPont and Pioneer's Roundup Ready OGAT stacked soybeans literally infringed on any of the asserted claims of the 247 patent? This is about patent law. All right? Yes, a finding for Monsanto. No, a finding for. So it just tells you, is this guy the one you like, or is this guy the one you like? So in this case, it's just being very clear. It's this guy versus this guy. Which one do you fucking pick? All right? Yeah, there's none. Because it says or. There were lessers in the other one earlier, but they were written out like fucking Final Destination. So now we're going to look at this one. This is, because don't worry, we have a lot of these to look at. Okay. Intentional misrepresentation. Did TJSL falsely represent its postgraduate employee statistics in the U.S. News and World Report editions that Miss Alberta reviewed? Yes or no? If you answered yes, proceed. And then it goes on and on and on. See how it's just walking you through all of these fucking things? And now here's another one, and this one's very interesting too. This one is probably my other favorite, okay? This is one of my favorites, and here's why. Look at how easy this shit is. The state of New York versus Donald Trump. Falsifying business records to the first degree. Guilty. Falsifying business records to the first degree. Guilty. Look at that. Look at all this, that. And then not guilty. So you just check. And look, they checked all of the yeses. And each one has an individual cost. So it's guilty or not guilty. Guilty or not. And here's a list of each individual one. And it has even a date, a check, a voucher, an invoice. Yeah, it is just like the STD questionnaire. So essentially, my STD questionnaire to you kids is, what the fuck? You know? You see all those jury forms. Did any of them look like Bev's? Like, for real, did any of them look like Bev's? I found it really hard to find any that did. In fact, I didn't find any, and I did look. I just think it's wild that she did that. In fact, I found so many for cases I didn't even know existed. And they were, I mean, it's literally, they all look the same. They either walk you through, really the choice is, what is it, Final Destination or Choose Your Own Adventure? I get those mixed up. It's Choose Your Own Adventure or yes, no, yes, no. And then sometimes you get a cool multiple choice. And then on the civil ones, there's a little math. That's it. But it's still guilty or not guilty. What do you think? We saw the one that was like this guy or the Monsanto or these fuckers. Which one? That's it. On hers, there is a bracket system that reminds me. It reminds me of the Queen of the Ring tournament. It's very upsetting. It's like too many rules. It's elimination chamber all over again. Like, I can't handle this. It's either guilty, not guilty. Yes, no. Fuck them or don't fuck them. Like, what are we doing here? Why are there so many contentions? Why are there so many fucking... Ooh, but also want to throw in this. You know, like, dude. It's Sudoku when you want to play Wordle. Like, I don't understand it. So I don't know. Those were the fucking, and the reason I put Clippy, if you look at any template from 2008 even until currently, literally any jury slip or jury form template, you're going to see the same shit. All the templates even look like not Bev's. And like I told you, even Clippy's like, are you fucking sure you want to get rid of that part? Because that's the part that says not guilty. Like, it's nuts. I can't believe she fought them on that. Anyway, that's my TED Talk. That's my TikTok. That's my ticked off. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. We're going to play through some of the cute videos from earlier. I'll show you the Stefan ones again for those of you who popped in at the end. A little bit of Marcus kidnapped me and interrogated me in a dungeon is going to come on, and then we're all going to go to bed and we're going to wake up. We're going to pretend this nightmare is going to end soon. Okay, we're going to scratch our face and claw at the walls and dunga ourselves and do your tiki doos, sage, whatever you need to do. Straight, say your prayers and eat your bears. Montgomery Flea Market. Okay. Here's what I'll do. I'll do a little. Okay. I hear you, hon. Dad's not talking. I'm challenging. You said I couldn't do it. Watch this. I did it. Okay. I've added it. It's, you know what? I would never say fuck Marcus, but we'll end on that. We'll end on that, but after a couple of sillies. Okay, we need a couple of sillies here. Okay. We'll even replay Bewitching of Frederickson. There. All right, here we go. You guys have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. I can be quiet if I wanted to, I think. And also, suck it, Norfolk. Suck it, Beverly. Suck it, Beverly. Yeah, that's how I feel. Yeah, suck it, Beverly. You fucking bitch from a girl. Okay? People are represented by... Okay, here. People are represented by a series of elders, and you cannot stand in our way. We are a cult. Hail not Bev. All right, good night. You're the best. Here we go. I gotta go to bed. I gotta go. Ugh, so tired.
And the other two searches were the next day, February 4th, and then February 10th.
The next time I was at Fairview Road and involved in the collection of evidence was on the 4th, when Ken PD documented the one piece, and I collected.
It's easy to remember because May the 4th be with you.
Give me my money in stacks and lace my with Don fingers. Real fingers on nickel-plated non-trick.
Clocks are different. There's a clock in a Lexus that runs on a different time than that of an iPhone.
He's sick of the Swiss. That's right.
There are variances between those clocks.
Really sick of the Swiss.
So the Lexus clock could be at a variance with an iPhone.
But they've never done anything wrong, you say. Ha-ha! What about the clock? Huh? If they hadn't invented the clock, I'd still be in bed, dreaming.
But the events still could happen at the same time, given the clocks have different times.
It's time. It's time. It's time to hate the Swiss.
That sentence says a lot. It said a lot to me.
It does not say he has access to or control over the jurors.
It says that
and
he has...
I'm just going to stop you. I'll let you finish in a minute.
Miss Reed calls her father and her mother a little after 1 o'clock on the night she struck and killed John O'Keefe. She called both of them, and those calls were unanswered, according to the phone records. The inference that a 40-something-year-old woman is calling her parents at 1:30 in the morning after this tumultuous event, the inference is strong evidence that Miss Reed knew she had done something terrible.
And they come to you because they need help. And when you tell them, I'm going to treat you like a family member, you treat them like a family member. And if my brother is going to call me at 2 o'clock on a Friday night, I'm going to take the call. And James Bulge is no different than any other client that Jay and I had ever represented, and no different than a family member once you represent him.
Let me tell you something, Johnny Bananas. Okay, you amphibian reptile mother.
9-year-old Tokyo pimp Brian Albert Jr. is back. with an all-new hotspot that answers the question.
Well?
This place, the Waterfall Bar and Grill, has everything. Geeks, Sherpas, a Jamaican nurse wearing a shower cap.
Bukkake?
PB and jelly sandwiches.
Sneezing.
Energy forces.
A Russian man on a prepaid cell phone. Guys with afros. And look over there in the corner. Is that Mick Jagger? An albino that looks like Susan Powder. Germs. Germs? German Smurfs. Of course. And just when you think the fun is over, knock, knock, who's there? It's Black George Washington. And anyone can get in. There's no password. At the door, just do the Cosby face.
The Cosby face?
Yeah. If you want fun, then listen to this. Nightlife designer Tranny Griffith is back with an all-new club that answers the question.
This is funny, Ms. Reed?
And inside, it's just sick. Ice sculptures, winos, you'll see twinks, gypsies, puppets in disguise, a Teddy Ruxpin wearing mascara, human squatty potties. It's that thing of when you sit on the toilet. Giant 300-pound baby, and he spins records with his little ravioli hands. Based on the novel Push by Sapphire. If that's not enough for you, you can hit the dance floor with a human fanny pack. Inspired by true events. If you're well-to-do and you just gotta hunt humans. No. If you're looking to just get murdered. If you're drunk and handsome, doing cheap coke off your laundry card. If you're Irish or just white and violent, I know just the place for you. Built in the upside-down world, this bi-curious beach party is the creation of Brian Albert Jr. This place has everything. Charts, graphs, PowerPoint. A guy who still thinks Jamba Juice is good for you.
I want to shift gears for a second, Sergeant Buchanan, and ask you about some of the physical evidence in the case.
That was legitness.
What's he wearing? What is he wearing? What is that?
He's ready to do a bike stunt.
You are not doing stunts. Are you serious?
Just let me in.
You can't
We want to make
drive.
money.
I don't see the fucking problem.
No, man. Chief said
Oh
no,
my
man.
God.
Wait for the chief. Thank you.
All right, Frederickson. You better be careful. What the hell? I have no idea how the fuck he's doing that, dude. Who taught him witchcraft?
Nicole.
Oh God. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Yeah. These guys are creeping me out.
Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. Oh, yeah, you can find them at the market. We talking about flea market. Montgomery, it's just like a mini mall. Oh, yeah, come shop with us. I said flea market. Montgomery, it's just like a mini mall. Hey, hey, you heard me. Come shop. Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. We got it. You need it. You'll find it. It's just like a mini mall. Hey, hey, you heard me. Come shop. I said flea market. Montgomery. It's just like a mini mall. Hey, hey. Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. Oh yeah, you can find them at the market. We talking about flea market. Montgomery. It's just like a mini mall. Hey, hey, don't stop. Let's make it a dance. Come on now, to the left, to the right. Let's do this dance. Hey, to the left, to the right. Let's make this a dance. Flea market, Montgomery. It keeps you jumping. It's just like a mini mall. Check it out now, everybody. Like this now. Hey, hey, flea market, Montgomery. It's just like a mini mall. Don't stop. Let's dance. Flea market, Montgomery. It's just like a mini mall. Let's bring it on down now. Oh yeah, I know you're gonna like this. Come on now. It's just like, you know what I'm saying. It's just like, you